Hello and welcome to Game Changer World. My name is John. B is fixing his headset right now, so I have to say, Adam, co-owner JCW, how you doing tonight, bud?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. I really enjoyed that intro package that you guys have. It's the first time I actually watched it all the way through.
The cookie or the intro?
No, the actual intro to the show.
Oh, yeah. Much thanks to Ivan for that, honestly. That's one of the things that he put together for us. He's so good. And yeah, so I wanted to just go ahead real quick and say hi to some of the people that are in here. A lot of our regulars. Clown, welcome. Screwball, our West Coast correspondent, is in here. Reed Harris Cooper, welcome. Matt Brown, Ice and Cola, congratulations. Let's see who else we have. Matt Brown, Crow, Fairy Tale, Patrick Scroggins. There's a lot of people. Again, thank you and welcome for being here tonight. Yeah, we got a lot of people rolling in.
I think they found out you were at the Jeff Cannonball benefit on Sunday.
What about that? I'm so sorry.
A lot of people who were calling out in the chat, I'm pretty sure were in attendance.
Yeah, quite a few. Especially Reed. I saw him front row over there. Yeah, Frankie, East Coast correspondent. He's another one where you'll always see him at these shows. And we were going to try to get him on tonight because he was talking about the Foxcatcher, and we were going to have him we were going to have you kind of explain that here a little further down the road. Sure. But yeah, a lot of what you see over at Jersey Championship Wrestling is coming out of Adam. So if anybody ever had any questions about that, that's why he's here tonight, is to kind of help out a little bit. The first thing I want to talk about here, JCW's The Knockout. That's going to be live from the House of Independence, Asbury Park, New Jersey. This Sunday, it'll be right here on GCW's YouTube channel.
Starting a little bit later than usual. We're at 7 p.m. because we got to get our folks back from LA the night before.
Oh yeah, I was going to say that's one hell of an issue, isn't it?
You know, it's not that much of an issue. You just take a really early flight and then come and get your ass kicked again.
B, have you come back to us, brother?
Yes, I'm back.
We've had a crazy week. We've had a crazy week. We were talking
just fine. You hit go live. I grabbed my hat and yeah, it didn't work.
Shit hit the fan.
I apologize.
Okay, so Adam, I wanted to talk to you about this upcoming knockout show. Right off the bat, we're starting to notice you have 10 matches per card. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, we have about 10 matches a card, which is, I think, comparable to kind of what GCW generally has on their main shows as well. And I mean, part of it is, there's so much talent that we want to showcase from around the country. People who come to us, say they're coming through the US or they're coming through East Coast. It's a rare and exciting opportunity to utilize them. And also, we want to make sure to continue to develop and give appropriate time to our homegrown local talent from here in Jersey and PA and New York as well. So with that, it's and I'm a planner a little bit when it comes to booking. Sorry, that's my massage chair talking right now.
Rich people problems.
This is gonna be.
Seems like it's your dickhead. We're talking about the card, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, 10 matches, and yeah, I'm a bit of a planner, because I'm really excited about the fact that we have kind of regularly scheduled independent of kind of being satellite weekend shows set up for the rest of the year on a monthly basis. So it allows me to get bookings on talent that I want to use and kind of work and test out stuff too, like new tag teams or kind of stables or loose affiliations, just things that people can't do other places, and we have kind of the freedom to do what we want and work with talent from almost every company in the world.
I enjoy the different match types you guys been having as of late, the Mayhem in the Mecca and the dog collar match, and just the variety of kind of stylistically, as you were saying, different matchups. And that's one thing I think we both talked on as of late reviewing JCW shows. It's been a very nice change of pace for fans of the old company, and also if you're just hopping in and watching it for the first time on YouTube, getting involved in the newer version of it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's a different landscape now. Like when we started JCW or restarted JCW in 2022 as kind of a GCW like feeder promotion or developmental or like place we can book all the talent that we couldn't fit on, or Brett couldn't fit on the main card. There wasn't like the glut of like content that there is right now coming through mainstream channels. Like AEW didn't have like 4 to 6 hours a week on TV with multiple live events. WWE didn't have 12 hours a week of television. So it was also the time, you got to remember, around when GCW cut their deal with Fight, and like there was such a demand at that point for people to watch independent wrestling online that really became a flagship of that venture. And I mean, GCW's they're one of their top, along with AEW, like one of their top rated programs. So it was a different time, and I think as time went on, like there was less interest and less just like halo effect of doing shows that were not less than, but like just kind of there to give the guys reps and give longer, different types of matches to people who are kind of working on the undercard of GCW and making their way up. And also, I would say when the Showboat moved out of the carousel room and into the terminal, like the vibe of like a kind of a loose indie show where people are in like a really nice room and kind of drunk and like feels cozy and friendly is different than sitting in like a kind of concrete box where at midnight where everyone's exhausted. It's not like, it feels like less of a party. So without having that type of like atmosphere, doing it as like a bonus show type thing kind of wasn't fun for me anymore. And like eventually I was like, Brett, like if we're gonna do this, we're gonna launch it, like we need to do it like as its own, like more of its own identity. Obviously in the GCW universe, in canon and otherwise. But yeah, just like wanted to experiment, and Brett gave me a lot of leeway to kind of like, put some budget in and bring in talent that, I think it's like main event or main card independent talent almost anywhere in the country. They just happen not to be necessarily in the GCW like regular circuit because they're working on other shows, they do international tours, what have you. And I mean, obviously, Brett's got the fastest, pocket dial Rolodex in wrestling when it comes to like having relationships with talent and go-betweens, to get international talent from other promotions. But like a lot of the relationships that I've developed with the talent that we brought in JCW has come through a lot of like things that I've done over the years in wrestling from a creative perspective, like whether it was editorial when I did the magazine or the books and things like that. Like I really gotten to know wrestlers who kind of think interestingly about the business and have like a unique style and appeal to me as someone professionally. Like my shoot job is I own a PR firm. Like I work in publicity for like in the arts and entertainment and film. So, when we have wrestlers who are like projects in JCW that like I've kind of brought in to work on, it's because I see like having really long-term potential of being like going really far in this business, and I think that's something that Brett has had an amazing foresight with. Like, if you look at everyone's come through GCW over the years, that's the AEW roster, the WWE roster, I mean, to like a 40 to 50% kind of rate if you really look at it.
And also I want to say you have to almost learn though, you're the pipeline, and if you do a great job, you're not going to have them long. That's the good and the bads of independent wrestling is just as you're it's just going to take a lot of time and effort, because just as you feel like you establish a star, the star gets plucked in these days and times.
Yeah, I mean, for us, like, you know, we root for the guys. We want them to,
Yes.
and whatever their goal is, you know, some guys' goal might be wrestling in Japan and then come back and wrestle for us the rest of the time, which is great, you know. There are people who want to work in WWE, and that's great too. Like when I book somebody, you know, like, listen, this isn't my main source of income, you know, like this is not my full-time job. I certainly spend a lot of time doing it because I fucking love wrestling. But you know, I book the shows to showcase, number one, people that I would want to see, matches that I want to see personally, you know. And then I think other people may not do for various reasons, but like we have the freedom to do it. Let's do it. I think that's part of it, but also like I've always had the mindset that I want to support wrestlers as performers and artists. So if I'm going to book somebody on a show, I'm not going to waste their time with bullshit. Like I want to have a match that's creatively fulfilling for them, or, you know, just something, you know, that is unique and they can be creative and like, I like styles clashes too, when it comes to, you know, like see what comes out of it. Like the match we did at the birthday show with like Adam Priest and Gresham against Alec and Jordan, you know, just like different types of wrestlers that have very different styles, and like seeing what happens when you have more limitations on what you can do.
Well, the one match that really kind of stood off the page for me on Knockout, the 4-way match for the Progress World Championship, we had Darius Bengston, Brian Keith, and then the Dynamite Kid Billington. Wow. Great job wrapping that one up and putting that one together. How long did that take to get the Progress World Championship to
well,
be on
you know,
GCW?
I mean, it was a lot of this thing happened just by fate, you know. Well, first, my friend Jonathan Gresham had a very unfortunate luck of having a stroke, and he was originally announced for that match. It was going to be a tag match with Gresham and Bengston against Darius and the Dynamite Kid. And when Jonathan told me that he's still, you know, kind of like in rehab and recovery post, I noticed that Darius had his title shot against Luke Jacobs. Was it Luke Jacobs? In a ladder match at Progress. And, you know, it was like the next day. So we saw that Darius was going to be champion. And, you know, Darius has always been somebody that I love working with in JCW. We had him against Lee Moriarty about a year back. We had a show at the Mecca. He had, I thought, my favorite match on the birthday show with Manders for the WXW title. And he's like, yeah, I want to defend this around the US. So I've been talking to some like talent that I wanted to bring in, who I've noticed start taking indie dates again, like Brian Keith, who's been kind of, you know, more out there a little bit and feeling himself a little bit, acting more like his old kind of gimmick. And
yeah,
I was really excited to get him on shows right away, and that slot opened up and just kind of worked out, you know?
Hell yeah.
Hello, I am here.
Oh, you rich people and your problems. Let me tell you, man. I'll jump forward here just a little bit. The number one contenders scramble: Billy Starkz, Tony Deppen, McCoy, Clancy, Bam, and Oni King. That's a lot. That's some strong number one contenders. And same thing, you were just talking about a variety. There's a hell of variety here.
Yeah, I mean, listen, like one thing, you know, in kind of the GCW, it makes sense that there's a scramble on every show because there's so much talent and kind of mix and match. But as a monthly promotion, you know, logically, in reality, we have scrambles because there's so many people I want to book and put them on the show. Like from a logic perspective, like if you beat 5 people, like you should probably get something for it, you know? It's better than beating one person. It's like winning 5 matches, essentially. So to like attach stakes to anything that has like kind of a like a overt like multi-man gauntlet style or you know, scramble environment, to me makes it feel that much more, like makes it feel like there's some relevancy to the just like overall storyline, like what matches will be made next. But yeah, in that match, like Billy Starkz since day one has been the heart and soul of JCW. You know, like when we had her and Everett Connors and Charlie Evans and all those kids, like was like the Degrassi era of JCW that I really.
I got to shout out Everett Connors. I love him, man.
Yeah. I mean, do you know the whole backstory about Everett Connors and Charlie Evans and JCW? That's quite a story. Do you know?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with it?
Like for the love story you're talking about, like are you talking about behind the scenes and kind of like how it all came about, or
both? It's not, they're intertwined. Maybe I'll tell the story.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
So, early on, one of the first feuds that we booked in JCW was during the rebirth was Everett Connors against Charles Mason, and because it was such a funny like counterbalance of characters, like this kind of like really aloof, like kind of like SoundCloud dude against this really over the top serial killer, who we did this. The first vignette we ever shot for JCW was actually in Atlantic City, and we had Marcus Mathers and Billy Starkz and like Everett Connors walking around like the carnival, like eating like cotton candy and ice cream, and then we had Charles Mason like stalking them in the background. Really fucking funny video that that Isaac made. And that was like kind of the beginning of the feud where Charles Mason was feuding with like Billy Starkz and Everett Connors. So in storyline, the feud was Everett Connors and Charles Mason. And this was also during COVID, not like high COVID, but like, the next phase where we could go out, but other people in other countries couldn't come here. So during that time, Everett Connors and Charlie Evans, who at the time was, probably one of the most prominent Australian independent wrestlers, great tag team wrestler in Sendai Girls in Japan with Millie McKenzie, the Medusa Complex, excellent team. Shout out to Millie McKenzie. I hope she's, gets better. So Charlie Evans and Everett Connors started like this online romance during COVID because Charlie Evans saw him on like a GCW show. I think it was actually on Fight Forever. She might have seen him, which we booked him on, which was the 36-hour telethon that Brett and I did during COVID for to support independent wrestling. And so she saw him on TV. They started writing to each other, and but then they were in love, but they never met in person. So I started behind the scenes being like, man, like what? This could be like fucking our Macho Man, Miss Elizabeth, WrestleMania 7 show. Like we need to get Charlie over here. So I wrote her a letter to like the Australian consulate to get her like a temporary work visa to come over here. And basically, and maybe they worked me, right? But in real life, this is what happened. In real life, we brought Everett Connors to John Carlo's apartment in the middle of a trek from one city to the other in GCW. They stopped over at John Carlo's place to hang out. Same time, I pick up Charlie Evans from the airport. Allie Catch is over there too. She's kind of playing interference. And we have a camera crew there too. And basically, Everett Connors is out on the balcony. And then we bring out Charlie Evans as a surprise. And he didn't know that she was coming to the US. I mean, as far as we know, they didn't know that she was coming. That's how they played it. And I assume that they were being genuine about it. But in real life, it was a surprise. So then when we did the angle in JCW where Charlie Evans came out and did the run in the cage match between Everett Connors and Charles Mason as like a surprise run in, it was not truly a surprise and shoot because I think they would have shit their pants, but the day before was the shoot version. And that actually did occur in real life and in kayfabe, just not at the same time. So, then they got married. So JCW brought Charlie US to begin living together. And then Everett moved to Australia. They're married. He just did a tour of Choco Pro in Japan.
Yep.
And
Nice.
I missed them, man. Like, yeah, that whole story, man. I missed them. We needed them back at some point, man. That was
like how, sometimes wrestling imitates real life. Sometimes real life imitates wrestling. It's, crazy.
Find love at JCW. Who know that was going to be a selling point?
Yeah.
Let me know I missed some, man.
So knockout. We're talking about knockout, right?
Another one here that I think is an interesting matchup. We have Young, Dumb, and Price versus Top Team.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a mix-up you got right there.
Dude, Teriyaki came up to me outside of Ridgefield Park after he wrestled Jay Lucas on our Thursday night special and said, Crush. They call me Crush because my screen name, Orange Crush. And I said, yeah. He's like, I want YDNP. I want Price and Oliver. I was like, all right. So I booked it actually for the next show. It was supposed to be on the August show originally. And just travel got changed, the card got changed. Also, like, we suddenly had an influx of like really major talent at the last minute with like Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight. So we wanted to, you know, put on the best match possible for the audience that was there. And in doing so, we delayed Terry and Jay's title shot against Jordan and Alec because we wanted to give them a big title match in a bigger venue. And guess what? Those fucking clowns stole the belt, so it's not a title match.
Surprise, right?
So, but you know, I mean, Terry and Jay have momentum. They just won the Action Tag Team Championships, you know, so they got gold around their waist. They're confident. My boys, Alex, Jordan, you know, like they had a rough one. So
yeah,
you know, they got to bounce back, and I think it'll be a hell of a match. You know, like Terry especially, that guy works his fucking ass off. Drives up from Georgia, goes to Japan, lives in the dojos. That dude, he's about this life, and he is going to be successful. And you know, he's a young guy, but you're seeing right now, people are starting to notice around the country on West Coast shows, on like different independent, kind of high-level independent shows. He's like a standout, and I think, you know, he'll continue to get better. And I'm excited to have this match. You know, like he's at a point in his career and in Jay's career as well, where kind of Alec and Jordan were like earlier stage in JCW.
Yes.
You know? Alec Price started in the GCW universe in JCW. He's somebody that I originally booked kind of to come in on some more daytime shows. And he was, you know, he immediately, I think the same day actually, like he did so well at JCW. He wound up wrestling Jordan Oliver on GCW the next day on Sunday, his first weekend in. So like, yeah, like I said, we have the room and the space, and I have the ambition at least, and I'm at least currently willing, you know, people keep supporting us to bring in talent from like a little bit farther out in the country, you know, who don't get as many looks nationally. People from the Tennessee area, people from Memphis, Alabama, you know, Indianapolis, Detroit, like those, there are some really great talent out there. And I'm lucky to be partners with Brett and for us to have the platform of just GCW's network, YouTube, fan base, to be able to, you know, give these wrestlers an opportunity to be seen by a large audience. I mean, like our July show, I think I had this like between 25 and 30,000 views for the entirety of the show, which is a lot for a full show. So like, yeah, like those are the kind of discoveries I want to continue to make. I mean, like Thomas Shire, good example, wrestling Matt Mako on our show on Sunday, which I think is gonna be a really good match, is somebody who I think a lot of people have heard of. The people on the East Coast, I've never seen him really unless they watch Deadlock and they subscribe, you know. And him and Manders came out SummerSlam weekend, and you know, we're the talk of the very nerdy corner of the internet in which we exist. So I think that's what I'm looking for, man.
all 500 of us, you know.
Yeah, for real. Love a convention one day.
Well,
yeah.
I'll give it this much: Thomas Shire and Matt Mako. Yeah, that's going to be a good one. I'm not going to get into it too much. I really wish he would have kept the Mikowski last name, but I'm guessing if he goes out of the country, Mako is like easier to say. You know what I mean? Like if you go to Japan, Mako is a lot easier to say than Mikowski.
No, it's because Mako's a shark, dude. And he wants to sell that shark merch.
Oh, see, I'm clueless on that one.
It's a Mako.
Oh shit.
Look at all his shark shit. Look at his branding and stuff. That's his easy.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
All
right.
well,
Who else?
I
What do
will
you think could be?
change it to Carl Fredericks. I was telling you right before the show. Yeah, that I was a huge Carl Fredericks fan in New Japan. So him being in our orbit in JCW is going to be very fun to see, especially against his match with Mance Warner. Welcome to JCW.
Listen, I love. First of all, I'm really good friends with some of the folks who come out of the New Japan dojo. You know, Clark Connors is a buddy of mine, and like, just like knowing that the level of intensity, dedication, and athleticism was necessary for them to like get through that program. Not only are like guys like Clark, like Carl, like Gabe Kidd, you know, Alex Coughlin. I loved when he was around.
Same.
Like those guys are incredible athletes, but great workers because they're all really smart and really like dedicated to their craft. So like having Carl, who's has that experience and has also had the experience working in WWE and TV, and kind of said like, hey, like, you know what, this shit ain't for me. Like, I'm gonna get down and dirty again. Like, fuck yeah, that's what I want on my shows. Like, and Mance, rises to the level of like who he's in the ring with. And I think him and Carl Fredericks, like they're gonna have a barn burner. I'm excited to see it.
I think Carl Fredericks going to have like one of those independent runs that like very few people have showcased over the years, like what the mainstream TV wrestling has missed in him. Like, yeah, Carl Frederick, as you said, I'm glad he's able to break free from the chains and not give a fuck no more and showcase what he's really about. Because that's as Carl Frederick. I hated him as, no offense, as Eddie Thorpe. I just feel like it wasn't natural as much as he wanted it to be. But Carl Fredericks is a different beast.
Yeah, man. And like, he's also, one of the things that I like about booking certain people, I mean, in terms of like the way that I think about wrestling, is like he's an artist too. Like he's a musician, he's a DJ, he's got a lot of like varied interest, he doesn't live on the internet. He like is out there living his life, and
lucky him.
Yeah.
Lucky him.
But he's still showing up and working, the House of Independence, working, West Coast Pro. He's like he wants to perform in front of like the hardest of hardcore fans and show people what he's really about, and God bless him. I'm excited to see him test in JCW. I'd love to have him come back regularly.
And with Mance Warner, just having him on your card, you're like, you know what, that match is good. I get to worry about others on the card now.
Yeah, I fucking love Mance Warner. I mean, he's like, I have put him in like unnecessarily dramatic situations within JCW just because I'm just like, we had him and Slade wrestle in a barbed wire match in Boonton, New Jersey. I don't know if you guys remember that. When we did JCW Uncensored. That show was fucking crazy. It was hard. If you weren't there live, it was hard to see because it was like real candlelit in that venue. But like that was like a really like there are like some kind of like B-side sleeper JCW shows that happened over the years. That show was a particularly good one.
I remember we reviewed that on our old podcast, and we were talking about what the hell did Boonton deserve to get a show like they got. Like they just like we were like so jealous. Like I think we were like for the next couple of weeks, like how come Vegas can't get a Boonton show like that? Like that show was crazy.
Yeah,
well, yeah, we would be like, well, that show was great, but it ain't no Boonton.
Yeah.
I love that little building in Boonton too. It's just kind of out of the way, but that was fun. We did 2 stupidly overbooked shows there. That was one of them uncensored, and that was like, Masha wrestled Jungle Kiona on that show in the main event, and I love Jungle Kiona. I saw Jungle Kiona wrestle Utami Hayashida in Utami Hayashida's debut match at Kirk Hall. When she was 18 years old. They wrestled a 20-minute draw, and ever since that, I was like, man, I fucking love Jungle Kiona. And then there was a small window where she became available for U.S. Indies at that point, and I booked her on, I think, on 2 different shows. I think she wrestled because the card got changed. She wrestled Sawyer Rack too on another show that we did. But yeah, that was that was a funny show for me. What I remember the most was going to Home Depot with like Alec Price and Cole Radrick because we did this hardcore match for the GCW Extreme title on that show, where we played Natural Born Killers the entire time, and like
yes.
and Alec and Cole basically like dance wrestled the whole fucking match with like you know, like Cole was like dancing, like playing guitar with the broom, like hitting. It was, I mean, live it was so much fucking fun. And that was the whole show was a spoof of WCW Uncensored. So like I had that match with Yo-Yo and Mike Bailey where we had all the
martial arts match.
Yeah, the martial arts match where all the fake ninjas outside, and then we had Charles Mason dressed up like one of the ninjas to come and attack Yo-Yo. But Yo-Yo like beat him in the bunkhouse stampede. Listen, I mean, we're having a renaissance at JCW right now, but there was some pretty good shit before, like on the on the independent JCW super shows that we were doing. Like that would let me go a little crazy.
Well, I kind of want to touch before we head into the Luna show. Real fast, Battle Bowl and Series of Survivals. Any chance those are staying or coming back? I love the Battle Bowls, especially. Battle Bowls was like a real gem of mine. I enjoyed those.
I love Series of Survivals. If you go back and look at some of those cards,
some of those teams
were crazy. It was like, I think one match was like Leon Slater, Nick Quinn, Jordan Oliver, and Marcus Mathers against, I don't know, we had it was Jordan on the other team because I think they wrestled all of YDNP, and it was all the other like all-stars. But then we had like Tommy Rich, Doug Gilbert. That was before his recent return. That was AJ Gray's last match in the GCW universe where he was pinned by Tommy Rich in the Series of Survivals match when it was SGC against the old, like it was supposed to be was it like George South, Chris Hamrick, but one of the guys no-showed. So the only old guy we could find was Grim Reaper. So he was the replacement. He was like the ill-fitting like Survivor Series like 91 replacement, like when the Big Boss Man replaced Sid Vicious or Sid Justice or whatever. That was fun. But will those things return? I don't know. Me and Brett love like early WCW 90s nostalgia shit. Like he was always like assigning random WCW theme songs to people at JCW. Like I think he gave Slade maybe the Hollywood Blondes theme music, and then Josh Bishop maybe had like Vader or Sid, and then sometimes I think which one went to which, so like they would kind of like switch off. But yeah, like we would have a lot of kind of like we would riff on that stuff for fun. But that's when JCW was more kind of just like we were doing it like for the fun of it and for the giving the guys the reps. Now that I think it's a little bit, I think more like serious in terms of just like, the level of investment they're asking from the talent who are wrestling there, the quality of the matches, the level of interest, and the engagement of the fans. Like I'm probably more likely to make my own cheeky IP than I am to like steal other people's.
I think it'll be fun, especially with the storylines given now that we're getting in JCW. I think storylines we could see a lot of those kind of styles, like even like the Lotto, the Lotto tag team, like the
Jersey Lotto
card. I love
Jersey
those
Lotto
things.
was the first new gimmick that I came up with in this iteration of JCW. I like doing stupid holiday shit. Like we did the Secret Santa Battle Royal one year at the Mecca, where everybody came out in a Santa hat, and then everybody came out to Mariah Carey over and over and over again. And I will be doing this. We also did the Bunkhouse Stampede on my birthday 2 years in a row because I booked like 50 people, and everyone just came out with a crazy weapon. That match, by the way, I was thinking about it in hindsight on that Uncensored show. That match between Charles Mason and Manders, if you haven't seen it, the bull rope match is a sick fucking match. That's a really good match, like a deep match. And then there was Jersey Lotto, and then for October on the Luna Vachon Invitational, which I know you were planning to transition to shortly, I am planning a match called the Monster Mash.
All right,
details TBD.
There you go, guys.
I'm working on it. So
at least we know what's in the oven right now. That's awesome, man. It's good you shared it with us, dude.
Yeah.
Violence is Forever versus Isaiah Broner and Edwards is another fucking matchup that just, it's nice to come back together. Especially since Koo is just getting off injury and getting his feet up under him.
Yeah, I mean, conceptually, the whole show, Knockout, like, we originally booked it around the promotion of Mad Dog Connolly and Manders, since like on like kind of like the really hardcore indie scene, like people really, you know, have an affinity for that series and they know how brutal those matches were. So almost, you know, working with Chris Huffman, our graphic designer, and Brett and Ivan, like, it's like I wanted the show to feel like have like elements of like a UFC or a bare knuckle fight kind of vibe. It's like, and then I wanted to book matches on the under, like not the entirety of the show because then it would get a little monotonous, but like a good like healthy portion of the show are going to be real like fucking drag your knuckles in the fucking dirt, ass kicking, like brutal matches with the best independent wrestlers in the world, you know, in a really loose environment where they can do and what they want, express their art the way they want, and really, you know, like we put the trust in them to connect with the fans. And you know, in some cases they're like long feuds that are coming to bear in New Jersey for the first time. Some cases it's guys wrestling for the first time, and it may be the beginning of, you know, a career-long rivalry, not just in my promotion but other places. You know, like I've seen that as well. Things come out like, you know, little things that have come out of like JCW, you know, like you can tell like 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line, it's going to be like a very memorable or transformative moment. Like Billy Starkz and Nick Wayne on our show.
Ring of Honor kind of has that with Billy Starkz and Nick Wayne. You went right there.
But yeah, but like on our show, on the July show that we did with them against each other, when she did the Sugoi driver on the apron to Nick Wayne and everybody shit their pants on the internet about it. Like that match, like you go like maybe 20 years down the line, people think about it the same way that I thought about Jerry Lynn and the Lightning Kid on the NWA Super Show, or Super Show, not Super Slam, whatever. The show in Minneapolis they did in '93, like their big show, NWA Grand Slam. Sorry, like, or the one the year prior when Sabu wrestled the Lightning Kid, because that's when I started watching wrestling. I've been watching wrestling for a long time, and like, you know, I've been following the indies since I was a kid. So those matches for me, even though I was like really young, shaped the way that I thought and watched wrestling. And I always appreciated, even when it was subconscious and there wasn't an internet to read about this shit, like, yeah, I care about Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon, or I care about Bret and Owen. Nah, I don't really care about Lex Luger. And it's not like, you know, I was like a fucking 9-year-old smart. It was just like, yeah, I wanted to watch the guys who knew how to wrestle, you know? And like, there's something pervasive about that a child, me, if I could figure that out, all these people who play dumb shit on the internet, who says it doesn't matter how well people wrestle in the context of a match, are fucking idiots or completely full of shit. Like, you know, and that has proven the test of time, because now, even though they act like it doesn't matter, you can't be a headliner or even a high mid-carder or mid-carder in a national promotion unless you're a fucking killer worker now. That was not the case when we were kids, you know?
Yeah.
So that mentality is pervasive. Resistance to actually just like succumbing and like pushing the people who are the best in the world at what they do, that usually stems out of like professional jealousy or weird shit. Ultimately, I just want to put best matches, you know, at my tiny little scale.
The Lights Out match, Manders versus Mad Dog Connolly. Great job on that one also. I didn't know how much you want to talk about that one, but I mean, that was a hell of a setup there. Connolly's been doing a lot of the dog collar matches, but I don't think he's ran into someone like Manders.
I mean, listen, nobody's excited to get the call from me when I tell them they're going to wrestle Mad Dog Connolly. But Steve and Mad Dog have a long history. They've really brutalized each other. Steve Manders is on the run of his fucking life right now.
Yes, he is.
Worldwide. That guy, you know, like, God bless him. I hope he stays healthy. He's going so fucking hard. He's killing himself and others every single night and having, you know, the time of his life. So I'm very happy for him. I'm excited. I'm proud to call him a friend, and I'm excited to have him headlining our really important show, because I have a lot of faith in him, and I think Mad Dog is somebody who was like kind of on the periphery of like the world in which GCW exists, like not the similar fan base necessarily was that familiar with him. But I love like old school territory wrestling, Mid-South, NWA, Georgia Championship Wrestling. And like the dude's like Buzz Sawyer. The dude is like Kevin Sullivan. He's like kind of like all these guys rolled into one. And he's just like this compact little, like, you see him out of context, like he just looks like a normal guy. But when he takes his shirt off and like lets his hair loose and fucking like just like starts pounding people, it's like it doesn't matter how big he is. It's like it looks like it feels real. For me, like there's very few wrestlers in this world that kind of like dissipate that
looks believable.
Yeah, that it actually looks believable. Like you watch it and you think it's like you forget for a second. You're like, it's not real. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like, that category for me, it's like Darby Allin. You watch him, it's like fuck. Like what is going on? This guy's killing himself because he is, but he doesn't care. And then like somebody like Mad Dog in a different way. Like it feels like he's really fighting. Like I saw him and Garrini wrestle for Deadlock over at the White Eagle, and they were just fucking like punching each other in the face, man. You don't fake that.
Manders has that 24K gold situation. It would have been funny to put him in this 25K street fight, the one with Mathews, Janela, and Camarado. I almost, you know what I mean? On another show, I would have thrown him in there just to have the 24K guy win the 25K.
24K for 25K? Well, Lights Out match is unsanctioned. So
True.
It's not a title match. I do not want to be responsible personally or financially for anything that happens to that match. I've drawn up a waiver of liability, and anything that is broken and anything that is damage, anybody who's injured in the audience, both at home or in the building, the responsibility of Steve Manders and Mad Dog Connolly. So I'm letting them air their grievances in the ring, but I'm not going to pay for it if they fuck things up.
Right. Well, yeah, that 25K though, nice little match set up there. Again, Mathews, Janela, Camarado. You kind of have this rotating story between at least Janela and Camarado there. Is this the finale, or is this possibly just another chapter in a story between maybe even Janela and Camarado?
Oh, well, you got to see what happens. I don't know, but
good one. I like the wait and see it. It sounds like you have a plan there if you just say wait and see.
I mean, that entire the thread from a storyline perspective with that entire matchup is, kind of coming out of the Foxcatcher storyline. Masha's not here this month; she's on tour in Europe. So Foxcatcher, this kind of, for people, I think everyone who listens to this podcast probably knows what Foxcatcher is at this point, but he's essentially this kind of really creepy, like Anonymous meets John DuPont style kind of meme, online who is obsessed with killing Masha Slamovich, ostensibly because he wants the JCW title. At least so he says, and is getting increasingly frustrated at his attempts to pay people to do things have failed every single time. So now everyone who has failed him until now, he's put $25,000 of escrow into the JCW business account for this match. So it is legitimate. Pending.
You have funding. You have outside funding. All right.
Well. He's funding the bounty. He's not funding the show.
True. Okay.
That's my write-off. So those guys are going to, fight it out. Nick Camarado got hired by Foxcatcher to kill Joey Janela on our birthday, simply because Foxcatcher did not believe that Joey cared enough about taking the title from Masha Slamovich, so he wanted somebody else to win, which he said in his video. And so Foxcatcher apparently broke into the security camera at Marcus Mathers' family family's home and spied on his father and his brothers, and with the tacit threat that he would injure them if he did not win the title from Masha Slamovich. And then he lost, and then Mark Angel got assaulted and got found by a small child at the last show, Marcus's brother. And yeah, it's kind of weird. But yeah, this guy Foxcatcher is fucking up shit for all three of these guys, and he's paying Nick Camaroto to try to like be his stooge, and Nick Camaroto keeps fucking up. And Joey smashed a giant brick over his head on the last show, like a Looney Tunes character.
Now,
so now they all have to fight, and somebody will get the money, hopefully.
Well, then, are we gonna just do it like, hey, there's a big check? I'd like to see a big,
We'll see. I'm still working out the paperwork with this, representative of Foxcatcher to see how
transferring this money isn't easy.
It's not. I don't know where he gets it from. I don't know if he's fake. It's a lot of stop and go. With this guy. Like, I mean, I don't know. I gotta figure it out.
I'll talk to you about this one real quick because I think this is a hell of a match. I believe it may be your main event, unless it's the dog collar or whatnot is the main. But GCW Ultraviolent Championship, Matt Tremont versus Adam Priest. That's a hell of a good call there. Will that be your closer, or you figure that may not?
The main's gonna be the lights out match because
in
theory, in terms of what is sanctioned, yes, that is the main event. But once we turn those lights off and we turn them back on, then it's Steve and Mad Dog. I think that'll probably. I haven't done the official lineup with Brett yet, but I presume that's going to be the semi. That's a match that I've been excited to see for a really long time. Adam Priest's recent jump to fame is a new wrinkle in this. With him becoming he looked amazing on Collision. I saw him live the first time he wrestled FTR, but then do you see that DDT he did off the apron? That was kind of memified in that match.
He went crazy on it.
yeah, he went wild.
I think he took the worst of that bump.
Yeah, but he's a hell of a talent, and him and Matt Tremont, both in different ways are perfect wrestlers, and putting them together, I anticipate it will look nothing like I expect it to. That's what I'll say. Just I think those guys are really creative, and they always come there with this really intuitive of way of wrestling. Even not to glaze my competition too much, but when Jake Something wrestled Adam Priest at the last Deadlock show for the title in the main event, I was just really impressed with the level of creativity that Adam implemented into things the way he did distraction bumps with the refs and interference in ways that made it feel didn't feel like bullshit. It didn't feel like you were watching a bloodline match and people were just laying around. It felt like Southern wrestling, where it felt like it was the flow. The flow kept going. It didn't stop. It didn't come to a dead halt. It just it just felt like they continued to work the match. And not like the match was ruined, which I really respect. And when you have people with that kind of versatility and talent to work with, you can do more complicated things. You can implement more complicated ideas. You can, test the audience patience because you have people out there who can come in at the end and bring them back. So I love working with somebody like Matt Tremont. I love working with somebody like Adam Priest. As long as I have shows and dates available, they can work every single one of those shows. They fucking rule.
Hell yeah. All right. Okay. So we've gotten through this show. I've noticed that there have been announcements for a new show. This is on Sunday, October 26th. JCW presents Possession. This is featuring the Luna Vachon Invitational, one of my favorite ladies from back in the day. 10 names so far have been announced. Mara Sade, Nicole Mathews, Lena Cross, Jada Stone, Kylie Alexa, Kenzie Page, Billy Starkz, Emerson Jane, Gabby Forza, and Ava Everett. Is that the list, or is there a possibility that those names may grow?
No, those names will grow. There's at least 12. I I'm being petitioned for more, but right now we set at 12. So there will be additional names announced very soon for that tournament. There's also going to be some really awesome non-tournament matches on that show. I think what's going on this weekend? Can I spill the beans? Yeah, so we're going to do a 6-man tag on 10/26. It's going to be Adam Priest, Darian Bankston, and Lee Moriarty against Jordan Oliver, Alec Price, and Marcus Mathers.
There you go.
So
debut.
Yeah. So that's an exclusive scoop for
Thank
you guys. That match will be happening. The Luna Vachon Invitational will be happening. I'm really excited about the Luna Vachon Invitational. I wanted to do it the right way. I talked to her son, Van. I talked to also the director of the new film, Lunatic, which is a documentary about Luna Vachon, which debuted at a film festival in Canada earlier this year. But in a week and a half, I'm actually going to Austin myself for it. This Fantastic Fest, which is kind of like the premier genre like film festival in the country, horror and the like. And they're going to do the U.S. premiere of Lunatic.
Oh, okay.
So for me, like number one, like it's a lot of things you see online, but it's like, yeah, they name things after the Ultimate Warrior. They name things after the Fabulous Moolah. They tried to resuscitate the images of all these pieces of shit who work for them because they own so much of the IP and they want to, run with it. And people who are really about this shit, who are about this business, who like brought that punk rock aesthetic to life within wrestling and like really like lived it, even when and loved it, even when it didn't love them. Like that's who I want to celebrate. That's the women who walk through that locker room when they're, taking the time to integrate like these sophisticated, looks, makeup, face paint, gear, whatever, that's like the spirit of Luna Vachon. And then like looking like that and then kicking ass like that and sounding like that, that's fucking pro wrestling. So I wanted to do something, in honor of Luna. And I hope her son is able to come out and make it. He's a well-regarded chef up in Hartford. Brett should actually try to get him to come out to the next A show in November. But he won like Chef of the Year 2024 from the Hartford Current. And yeah, so they gave me the blessing. And so we made the transition, used the full name, put her face on it. We'll probably do some cool merch too related. And really excited to like give an opportunity to a lot of like talent from the US, Canada, United Kingdom, and Australia at the least on that show to come out and show out. Like I think a lot of people who are wrestling at JCW who are at the top level of women's wrestling or top level wrestling in general, to be honest. But for the theme of this particular tournament, really have an opportunity to come out and thrive and show their stuff. I have a couple of people who I'm adding to that tournament who I'm really excited about, who will be one of which is making their JCW debut. Hopefully they'll be able to announce it next week. And then that'll be about half the show, and the other half of the show are going to be like some grudge match shit.
Dude. All right. So we've had quite a few people talking about Yo-Yo. They said book Yo-Yo when you get a chance. I'll move into my last little subject with you here. We have the JCW World Championship, Masha Slamovich versus Charles Mason. What's your thoughts on that one?
I mean, if the schedule goes as planned, this will be Masha's 50th defense of the JCW World title, which is quite remarkable in the world of independent wrestling, especially someone who is, as prolific as Masha, and be able to stay healthy and really kind of knock on wood, maintain that level of competition, even and still like showing up to JCW can ask while she's on the WB, winning matches at the same time on NXT. but you know, Charles Mason has really upped his game. You know, like he has continually, I think, had on JCW really strong matches. Like I've used JCW as a platform for Charles to be able to go out there and have like more traditional wrestling matches than I think some more of a kind of like, not that what he does at GCW is like more gimmicky or anything, but I think he's just embroiled in a lot of storylines that have a lot more going on, you know, in terms of those 7 matches, and he can have more dressed down, just like show me what you got. Like for me on that show that we did a few months ago on the Thursday at the Mecca, I was really impressed with what him and Jake Parnell were able to do, you know, kind of like at a cold match, you know. Conceptually it wasn't cold because in the sense it's like he's the nihilist, he's the serial killer, like it's kind of like a fun thing. But you know, they went out there and they busted each other's ass up. It was really fucking good. So I think, and this is a match Charles has been asking for a long time, you know. I mean, I'm the booker, so I'm not going to play stupid about who's going to win, who's not. But like, tune in, man. I think it's going to be one of the more interesting title matches that we've had.
Boom. Well, Adam, was there anything else you wanted to mention or talk about before you jumped out of here tonight? Because I feel like we tried to hit most everything that we could that's been going on here most recently for you. Again, I think most everybody have realized that JCW has taken more of a there's a bigger direction now. There's more of a I really am shitty with words tonight. Really, it just looks like there's more going on with purpose. It feels like now you have a direction where it was before. It was more like, well, let's book these people. Let's have a good time. It feels like it's being taken more seriously. And I want to tell you, thank you for doing that. It does matter to us fans.
Well, I really appreciate it. Like, you know, I mean, I loathe to put things out in the world that I would not want to watch myself. So
right.
I think that has been a real motivating factor in trying to make this shit as good as possible. And I want to continue to do that. I mean, the only thing I want to plug for, you know, people who probably already know in our universe is that I'm curating a first gallery exhibition of Lee Moriarty in Los Angeles in a week and a half. Lee, I've been working with for like the last 2 years on his artistic practice, and he became the first active wrestler to be acquired by a contemporary art museum, the Perez, and I have it on good authority. He's also going to be on a big show there on the occasion of the World Cup in 2026 as well, with some other cool stuff to be announced. So, you know, still continuing to like pursue some of the art things. I do have a really interesting thing in the art space that I'm working on. I'm going to announce soon, and it will touch the GCW world as well. So I'm excited to announce that, but that's for next time.
Dude, you came bearing a ton of good news tonight. This is awesome.
I just, you know, I love this shit, man. Like, I'm not gonna bring bad news. Bad news is when I disappear into the night. You never hear from me again. But for now, let's just like have a fucking good time, and you know, tell your friends to come to the show on Sunday, because I know there's a lot of wrestling on Saturday. People gotta watch,
right?
You know, nobody told me there were 3 pay-per-views the same fucking day when I booked the show, but it's fine. I will watch them all, and then I will go run my show, and we'll have a hell of a time.
Hell yeah, man. Well, again, thank you so much. And I think you already know, if you get a chance, come back here. Was that your chair talking again? I don't know. We may have had a hiccup on him for a second.
I think the chair turned him off on us.
Yeah,
there we go.
All right, my chair is getting jealous of you guys.
Right?
I was gonna say.
All right. Well, good luck. Have a great rest of the show.
Thank you,
Cannonball
Adam.
Fest, 4 stars.
Yeah.
My kid, he won the raffle. He won the belt. So
wow. Okay.
we walked away hero. So I will see you guys on Sunday.
Thank you very much, Adam. Have a good one, man.
Anytime, Adam. We love you, dude. And there we go.
Gone.
Get this switched out here. He said, "See you later, guys."
He is gone. No, that was awesome, man. That was like, we didn't expect an hour, and we got an hour of very good stuff, man. Like the story on Charlie Evans and Everett Connors, that was awesome.
Foxcatcher information.
Yeah, Foxcatcher information. A lot of fun stuff coming down the pipeline in JCW.
Yeah, a complete preview of this Sunday's show. He was telling us, we found out some match announcements. We found out the Luna Vachon Invitational is going to be much bigger. Yeah, hopefully everybody really enjoyed that. We figured 15, 20, maybe 30 minutes. He came in and just hit us with the real news, man. So there it was. Hell yes. Well, we have a show, B.
We got 2 shows to cover. 3.
Oh, we got shows. 3 shows to cover here. This is gonna be a good one. All right. Okay, so let me get through with my spiel here. Please like and subscribe. Hit the bell if you want to be notified when we go live. Super chats are available if you wish to donate. Leave a comment if you could, please. It's free and it really does help us out. As always, thank you for joining us tonight. Just sit down and relax. You're obviously seeing you're amongst friends here. We're going deep into the night. We have a lot to cover. And wow, we just hit with a bang. And I don't think we even just expected it to be like that. So
no,
we'll take it
like that.
Well, then I'll just kind of run into my one little piece of news that I have here. I want to give thanks to Brett Lauderdale for joining us last week. We had a ton of questions. We pounded out 49 separate subjects. I think that may have been our best to date with Brett. He just came in and he was ready to just share and talk. And all I had to do was say 1 or 2 things and sit back. And that was pretty much it. That was a fantastic interview he gave us.
Yeah, that was a fun one. As you said, I think that was one of the best ones. We've been very fortunate and lucky to probably have one of the most chances to interview him and talk with him out of anybody. And yeah, that one was by far, I think, the most informational and the best we did. And he did as well. So yep, good job on that one, John.
No, that was a team effort, dude. No, really, that was a team effort. I was having a rough time through everything there.
I had like 2 questions. That was it.
Hey, those were 2 very good freaking questions. And you had to handle chat, which was like rolling. Yeah. I think you had 30 some questions in chat.
Yeah, I did have like 36 chat.
Yeah, I had 50, 60. I think I had 70 some questions. I condensed down to 40 some. So, I mean, we got through 50, 60 questions, I think, but I would say 70% of that was all fan questions. So, I mean, really, that was a hell of an effort on everyone's part to make sure that everyone, as much as they could, get through everything.
Yeah, so, a lot of good fan questions as well.
All right, so we ready to get rolling, man?
All right, we are doing GCW's Evil Deeds. What is the Readers Cup? Sorry, from Hardpost and Detroit, Michigan. Sorry about that, Reed. I was reading Reed's question there.
Well, welcome back on the microphone, Dave Prazak. Emil and John Mosley were also teaming on the microphone, but it was like hearing a familiar dad again or something when you hear Prazak jump on the microphone, like all the little mannerisms that he said is there and whatnot. And yeah, I don't think that was announced. That was more of a surprise. And what a pleasant surprise that was. So yeah, welcome back. Good to see you back, Dave, at least for these 2 shows. I'll take it.
Yes, absolutely. No, Reed, you're good. I just happened to look up. I'm like, what's going on there? What I was doing. I can't multitask here. Our first match was the 6-way scramble, as it was Jeffrey John, Gary J, Uncle Chase Barnett, Braden Toon, Trey Lamar, and KJ Orso.
Well, there were a couple things that stuck out here. This was a 6-way scramble. Trey Lamar, gorgeous crossbody, later a coast to coast, looked fantastic. Jeffrey John, great job working with the crowd. He kept them engaged the whole time, and that does make a big difference. KJ Orso, I just wrote down the ultimate antagonist. What a pain in the ass he's become. He does his job right. Chase Barnett, as always, a welcome sight. Love his character. He always pulls out something unique in every match. And for me, he's always a welcome sight. The finish here, KJ Orso with a double stomp to Chase Barnett's head and cover for 3. So our winner in this one, and seems to be really messing with these scramble contestants a lot, KJ Orso. Very interesting. What were your thoughts on this one? Oh, and he is muted.
That was the first one tonight. Damn
no, you're good. You're good.
I was just saying, Uncle Chase. Shout out Uncle Chase in the chat tonight.
We love him.
I got it. I fixed it, Ishmael. Sorry, bad habits. Like, hey, I see what he does with Emerald, and I'm not very much appreciative of that, man. I'm gonna get to that later. But yeah, I thought there was a very strong scramble to open the show. Happy to see Braden Toon back with his crazy unique style. Same for Uncle Chase Barnett. The old man looked like he learned some new tricks since the last time we saw him. Gary J chopping the shit out of everyone was fun to see. Jeffrey John shined in this one as well. And welcome back to Trey Lamar, who was awesome in this one. Then there's KJ, who stole the victory. And like I was saying earlier, Emil needs to get his revenge on KJ.
Look at this one right here. Yeah, you did, yeah. Formerly known as Fuego and running. Yeah, that was a nice little touch. I think Emil's learning how to kind of get under KJ's skin just a little.
Frankie's taking some heat from me now.
Oh, here we go.
Send it his way.
Battle lines have been drawn.
He's got enough here. KJT. Uncle Chase looked crazy, man. He had a lot of new moves I don't think I saw, but he absolutely, I think, was the one who stole the show. He was awesome in that one.
Acting like an old man and then turning around and doing something completely amazing is always kind of fun to watch with him.
Right. Yeah, and the Kane spot was he was awesome. That definitely shocked to see him. As you said, shout out to welcome back Dave Prazak. So surprised hearing him on commentary start the show. Like that was like the first time, like holy shit, Prazak's back. Like I had to turn it up to make sure I was listening to the correct voice because I think it's been since Collective, right? Since we've heard of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so, it's been a while.
And I'm happy because I got homecoming coming up in LA. So hopefully he'll be there in homecoming in LA. But I think I heard Castle and Manawal might be running commentary team.
I heard B and John are going to be running LA.
I'm about to say, should we are we allowed to say what we were going to say later? We'll save that for later.
Oh, no. It's cool. Yeah.
We'll save it for later. We'll save it for later.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, we have something interesting to tell everyone here for LA. So that's coming.
Yeah, tease for LA. But yeah, I thought it was cool opening, man. Very unique, and all the spots were perfect, and the crowd was hot in our pros as always.
Yeah, Screwball's going to be in the house too. So 3 out of 4 of us are going to be in LA. That's going to be kind of cool. I got to see if maybe Steph will take a picture just for the hell of it.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Correct there. Mance Warner versus Beastman was our second matchup of the night.
I was surprised seeing Mance this early on the card. I do also miss him going around and intimidating the crowd. I don't know. There was something special to that, but I could see where that could be a problem with some fans. Both had an Akeem versus Dusty Rhodes moment in there. If anybody watched that, they'll know what I'm talking about. Beastman kind of had his arms out right here, and then you see Mance come in with the bionic elbow. Beastman had the upper hand on Mance most of the match. Where's Ash at here?
She's going to demote Castle. I don't want to do that to Castle, man.
I will. I'll arm wrestle Castle. Oh, no, we're boys. It's cool. He and I will do. Yeah, 4-man booth. Fuck it. Let's roll. Anyway, though, yeah, Beastman had the upper hand on Mance most of the match. There was a TV moment where Mance was slapping Beastman under one of the lights, and you can actually see the sweat flying off of him. Ash, since you're here, I wanted to tell you, one of your cameramen caught that, and like you could just see the sweat flying off the body because that light was right there behind it, lighting it up. There were staple guns, doors, chairs, beverages were used. Our winner in this one was Mance Warner. What were your thoughts on this one, B?
I almost had the exact same kind of opening note you did. I didn't expect Mance to be the face in this match, not this early in the events, but I didn't expect him to be the face in this one. But I'd love to see it. Kind of as you said, we always love seeing him kind of interact with everybody and get in everyone's face. But I was liking to see a different version of Mance Warner in this one. I agree with Prazak. Emil needs protection and has already had a rough night announcing, and it's only the second matchup of the night from Beastman husking in his face. Yeah, I forgot to put Husk up there while Beastman was Adam was there. I didn't want to interrupt that. Okay, you did. Okay, good.
Yeah, I husked him twice. He got double husked.
So yeah, that was fun. Yeah, Emil had a rough weekend. Beastman was good in this one. He definitely has improved, and I'm enjoying seeing his rise in GCW and JCW as of late. I know personally, like I was hard on him, seeing him. Like I think it was that Joey match that we were talking about with Adam, Joey against Beastman at that uncensored show, and we were kind of a little rough on Beastman, but man, he is absolutely grown, and I love to see it because he's been he provides like a different kind of menace that Mance Warner kind of was providing. So it made sense that Mance was the face in this one, but great match from both of them to be the second match of the night.
Well, then right after that, I know the match didn't happen, but there was a lot of effort put into a hype video between Effy and Billy Starkz for the Indianapolis show. It looked so damn good. So I just want to give credit to where credit is due here, that I think it was Ivan that put that one together. And we'll get a little bit later, but we need to thank Ivan for putting some work in for the podcast. So
man, we still got it's been an hour, man. We still got a lot to talk about, a lot of fun things.
We have a ton of shit to talk about. We're on our old start time too, technically, with the 11 p.m. start time.
Right. We're gonna run through these, Frank. Frank's like, oh hell, it's a shame that match didn't happen. Yeah, but I'm mad. I was happy this match happened though. Next one, Shotzi Blackheart versus Megan Bayne.
Okay, before we get into this match, is anyone else looking forward to Shotzi Blackheart's House of Horrors Halloween theme show?
Yes.
I'm kind of curious to see what they're going to do there. I'm hoping it's something different and unique that in a couple years we can look back on it and be like, you know, Shotzi did that one Halloween show and it was badass.
Yeah.
Wondering what it'll be.
I'm excited. I wondered, I'm like, it could be like one of those random shows that just as Adam was saying, just turns out to be crazy good. And like no one expected it. I'm kind of expecting this one as well.
Sometimes that's what makes classics, is the unexpected portion of it all. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit, I just didn't know it was going to be that good. This was also a first time ever matchup. Megan and Shotzi have never went toe to toe before. There was a stare down early, a not so pretty clothesline, but they did recover quickly. This match had at least 2 minutes of time spent on obtaining weapons or props. I do really wish there was another way to do that whole thing, because I feel like it really does kill the momentum of the match. There were double kickouts at one, Bayne first, then Shotzi minutes later. In our finish here, Megan finishes Shotzi with a running sit down power bomb. Our winner here, Megan Bayne. I wrote in my final message here, I could see them running it back again, and I'd love to watch it.
Yeah, right away, my first note is very sentimental here with Havoc and Colton. I wrote, wow, what a match. Like,
yeah,
this was the best Shotzi match I think she's had in GCW this year. Since coming into GCW was what I wrote. This match was worth the wait, I think. As you said, we haven't seen them ever go against each other. And I thought when Shotzi was first announced, this was like one of those automatic easy matchups to make that we were always talking about. But I think it was worth the wait. Megan was a star as always in this match. I kind of agree here with what you were saying. A rematch, absolutely for sure, but I wouldn't mind to see like a Janelasus kind of feud with Shotzi and Karrion Kross after seeing this match. Kross versus Janela, I think would be very interesting match, and a tag team match between the four, I think would be awesome after seeing these two and how well they were. I think that's a cool little feud for all four of them. I think right now would be Kross and Shotzi, and with Scarlett involved with Janelasus.
Just for fun, even if it's for 3 shows. I know Effy is rough right now. My idea would be, for name value, put the fucking world championship on Kross, even if it's just for 3 shows, 5 shows. Let him run with it. Put a little bit of notoriety behind it. We can also now say former GCW world champion Kross. It would be kind of interesting to be able to say. So, I mean, just hot-shotting for right now, I'm not against maybe putting someone with the bigger name like we did with Cardona. Do the same thing with Kross. Let him run for 3, 4, 5 matches, go out there, smash motherfuckers, and then when he gets onto his next big job, you know, we made the most of him, and he made the most of his time on the indies. Yeah,
even
right there.
Yeah, sorry, even Shotzi.
So
yeah, we hit the same one. Like, I'm cool with Shotzi even being the one to do take the belt off Effy at this point, because I don't know, like, I don't think Kross is announced for LA, is he? Like,
I haven't seen that.
I'm gonna go back and check.
No.
Like, but that's why, like, it kind of scares me. Like, we haven't really seen Kross announced for anything. Maybe he was just a one-time pop-up even as well. But I think Shotzi could do everything that you were saying. Just everything that Karrion Kross could do, Shotzi could do the exact same thing for the belt and for her career and for the company. I think I think Screwball has might have the nail on the head for LA this weekend.
Speaking of LA this weekend, East Coast hits it right on the nose. Hoko LA needs a title change.
Or two.
Or two. Fuck, if we can even find our titles. We're down to 2 functional titles on a GCW show right now. Unless, of course, Funstruction is somewhere booked, but we haven't seen that yet. Since they are GCW champions now, they should be able to function on this show.
Funstruction versus the Wolf Zaddies would fucking be crazy at the UCC Center.
You know who I thought too?
Bring them in.
Well, okay, so
like
Wolf
said,
Zaddies.
Bring the Brothers of Funstruction in. Sorry,
I thought even Violence is Forever, since it sounds like Ku is back.
That too. That's a good one too.
I could see, you know, I mean, but I like your first one, man. That would be fantastic in LA. That'd be so damn cool. Yeah, I think that's all I had to say about that one. Was there anything else?
Yeah, so I was just catching up on. Okay, crosses. That's from.
Oh yeah, Green. Same thing. They're in my.
Yeah,
they're thinking like I am. VIF. Again, I was rough on them for a while just because I didn't feel like. We have a lot of champions that just win, and there's not a lot behind it. And I know I was rough on them, but if they come back and do something again, as long as they have some sort of a something creative, not against it, they're fucking solid. It's a good team. Yeah. You know, here's Holland. He's kind of saying, you know what, we've kind of seen it. I respect that too.
Correct.
I really do.
But
I mean,
we
really,
haven't seen that matchup though. Like,
true.
I mean, it makes sense. You can say, hey, they were the last ones to have the title. Like, if you work backwards from the lineage, like as a championship, they should get the next kind of title shot outside of Alec and Jordan. So I wouldn't mind seeing that match either, though.
This is a deep subject for when we get to this match. This is a deep subject Frankie's talking about right there.
So that's what we're hitting on right now too. So,
and you know, we're going to talk about this, but GCW lost a lot this weekend, losing those tag belts. Yep. That's a deep. We'll get into that one here later for sure.
All right. Our next matchup is Manders versus Dominic Garrini.
As we were just talking about, Violence is Forever. Manders looks great with that WXW gold. I like the one called part of his name being dropped here. I feel the name Manders is unique enough on its own that you don't need to be one called anymore. I think he's done enough that his name carries on its own. And I think that's what they're doing here. What do you think?
I don't mind it because kind of like when Sting has his like, this is Sting. Like, I don't mind it one, but just for the entrance, I wouldn't call him like on commentary. I would just say Manders. I wouldn't be the one called Manders. Like, I wouldn't mind it like just for the entrance.
I get you. You're saying give the man his due.
Signature entrance. Like, because especially if it's a new place, like, because like that's kind of how he was. I mean, it does make sense what you're saying. Like, he is not traveling in a no name and like a nomad no more. He is. We know him as Manders, but like going into different places is a cool little entrance, like to make your debut. This is the one they called Manders kind of thing. So
yeah, like literally the one. He is one, and that's very cool. Manders looks great. Let's see. I got through that one. It was good seeing former GCW tag team champion Dominic Garrini in a GCW ring. I was laughing at the fact that people started chanting "play that shit" for the Cranberries because Lauderdale had cut off the Cranberries song and like. There we go. I love Manders getting Zombie to be played. So in this one, a hard hitting old school wrestling match was what I put down. Manders won here with a huge lariat and a cover for 3. This was just a beautiful, straightforward, hard hitting wrestling match. I mean, my notes are very slim in this one, and that has nothing against the 2 gentlemen in that ring because they did a damn good job.
Same, and kind of similar notes here. I wrote this one lived up to the hard-hitting Haas fight that we thought it would be. Nice to see Garrini in a singles match. I agree with you. That belt looked really good on Manders. He needs more gold, as we've kind of always said. Them playing the music I thought was fun. Manders like, no, play that shit. That's his Manders. Like, I love Manders just growing into like his comfort ability and like in wrestling has just been fun to watch. And I thought this was the same way. Short match or short notes, but a great short Haas fight.
Yeah, man. Happy.
Yep. Our next match is a tag team match, as it is the Cogar brothers with Christian Napier going against Bobby Beverly and Matt Tremont.
What a matchup this was. The ring had doors propped in the corners. One was covered in barbed wire. I saw a board covered in half-cut aluminum cans. Otis went through that later in the match. There was this fun spot where the Midwest menace Christian Napier tried to get involved early. He kept getting dropped out of the ring and onto the floor. The match went outside early. We had Tremont and Bev. They grabbed a table, set it up. Chairs were being swung. Bev and Tremont both got gussets punched into their heads. That's when Atticus had skewers. Atticus with a beautiful moonsault. It was slightly off, but it still looked good. Napier tried to interfere again, get sent through a door. The whole time I felt like it was funny to see Napier kind of get involved and then directly just launched out almost every time. Atticus and Bev were then fighting outside the ring. Bev gets laid on the table. Napier dive, and I am the table. So I know physics was in play here. Napier, he's not 200 pounds, but I have to say that table looked strong. It didn't even bend, dude. Did you see that spot?
I think he hit the end of it too. Like it was just got his full body just to miss it. It was a pretty brutal one too, but I don't blame that. At least he went up and did it. But especially after, it's a perfect setup for him. Like you get tossed out like you're nothing. You get tossed out like you're nothing. No one cares about you. Then all of a sudden you get the big spot of the match. Like that's the big cool. Like the cool moment for him. Like I'm not blaming him for the mess up, as you said. It just
I felt for the guy.
I am the table. Yeah,
I am the table.
Hey. If Joey could go through it 30 times in one show, and I think we've talked about a couple weeks ago, like a table that wasn't breaking, I'll give Christian Napier, as you said, a little leeway here, being less than 200 pounds probably.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a young guy. I felt for him because that's a great spot. That was literally the spot of the night for him, and the poor guy just bam, like, damn it, man, I hate seeing that, because again, we're all on the same side here. I felt bad for him. I want to see especially new guys that come in succeed, so I say try it again and double check that table next time, because that one specific table, I don't think it was going to break for most anyone. If you really looked at, dude, it didn't even bend. I don't know. That table was on something. Tremont getting fistfuls of skewers stuck into his head. Otis hit him in the head with a chair, and the skewers exploded in every direction. Otis with a great backflip off the top rope and cover for 3. So our winners here, surprisingly, the Cogar brothers. I just put something up here with one of our listeners earlier, man. Beverly and Tremont's kind of a good team together.
Yeah, I wrote. Kind of similar. I'll skip my notes because I didn't want to. I'll go in my notes. I'm already getting confused. Finally, some ultra violence. This one was bloody. Still wonder how Bev works right now in this whole situation. But I agree with whoever put that up. Like the tag team of Bev and Tremont was awesome. Colton, I agree that the tag team was awesome. Tremont with the skewer horns was an awesome visual. And yeah, we'll get into the next part here.
So if you really pay attention, I don't think the ending that we got was planned, but that was the ending we got. Perch did his job. He counted 3. Tremont kicked out late. Accidents happen. No big deal. Most people wouldn't have. I'm dead serious. We're all like super fans here. We would see. No one else would have seen that. And you could kind of see them kind of talking and looking at each other afterwards like, fuck, you could see there were spots still to come. And
my honest reaction was like, fuck it. The Cogar brothers needed a win here. Like I've been saying, Phantom 48 needs some momentum. I literally, I was like, weird. Fuck it. I'll take it. Like I didn't mind it because it plays into kind of the whole feud anyway.
I still think Perch would be a great, evil, paid for referee. I think it would be fantastic because no one would see him going bad. And when he did, it would be,
He's not from Ohio, is he?
No. No, you gotta watch those people. We might just start
checking them right now. Here, this might be the first leak in old purchase system.
After that, Charles Mason shows up unexpectedly and chokes out Otis. Mason and Atticus face off momentarily. Slade then comes from behind, hits a choke slam on Atticus, and then a second. Mason and Slade are officially working together. I think we needed this and we wanted this. Right?
Stole my notes. I wrote.
Oh no,
you're good. I wrote Mason and Slade joining forces again. I think to combat Vandal 48 really helped push the story forward. I think you needed it, as you said. Yeah.
And we have a New York tag team if we wanted to. They could add Bear if they wanted to really put something special in there.
Now you are stealing my notes. Now you are pissing me off. Now you did go on my notes. All right. So, damn it. Yeah, you stole it. It's all right.
It's like, motherfucker.
I can't read all of them. There we go. I said, for selfish reasons, I hope we get the payoff of Atticus and Mason in LA, especially selfish reasons. Very, very selfish reasons. But do we think Mason needs one more person in his group? Possibly a Bear.
Yeah. Yeah. Does he need it? No. Would it be great? It'd be fantastic.
Bear, Slade, and Atticus against Vandal 48, where Bear, Slade, and Mason are the faces.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Mason could work a little magic behind the scenes, and he basically has Bear and Slade as like his dogs, literally just attack dogs.
Dude, that is such a good feud. That puts Bear, not like after match 1, he already shoved himself into the main event status and going to be a force to reckon with in GCW. But now you insert him as kind of helping out Mason, and that is a crazy story that they could tell, as you were saying about the 3. But now Bear comes through as like a menacing force against Vandal 48. He's put into a very strong storyline, even though we kind of think maybe he already is with the UV title. But oh my God, like, yeah, that Bear thing. Did you write that in your notes like before? Like, or you thought of that before?
No.
I saw someone else have that idea. Okay, yeah, I saw someone like, because I didn't watch the show, but I kind of saw like afterwards I saw, and I was like, man, whoever made that Bear shout out, that was the first name I thought of too. They need a third person, and Bear would be good. And Mason made mention of that today. He tweeted out saying like, I'm not stupid. I think I might need another person. Let me kind of quickly pull up that tweet if I can.
That's what's up, dude. I'm telling you. And so here's the thing. Awesome. This is kind of heel versus heel, but the thing is Mason's so well liked that both Slade and Mason are like face heel. They're loved heels.
Slade's been kind of getting more cheered on too. And I think with Bear, that automatically makes them like a holy shit new face group that has. Okay, so here we go. Mason wrote, there are no 2 men more dangerous and violent with a lust for blood than Slade and myself. I may be insane, but I am no fool. I know we are still outnumbered for now.
That would be awesome. That.
I like it. Yeah, this is everything we've been asking for with Mason and Atticus. So now, so you get Slade's even doing videos and get involved with it. Slade's on freaking Ring of Honor doing shit now. Like, man, like Slade's on a roll. And I'm glad to see him continue this run.
If Atticus and Mason can put their creativity together, we could have a multiple month storyline here that would be interesting enough to hopefully cover multiple shows. That's kind of what I'd like to see here. We'll see what happens, but yeah. I don't know. For some reason, he's loved. Mason can't do wrong. He could say he's going to choke a dog. They didn't like it, but in the end, we're still laughing about it. I don't know, man. Well, okay. Reed, we're also on 5G, luckily. So we're over there on that carrier also. B, since it's just us talking now, dude, I actually bought a 12-pack of that Sprite cherry lime. That is so damn good, dude.
The chill versions are good, yeah.
I
like the kiwi strawberry too.
Oh, so I've never had that one. It's just I saw cherry and lime because that's my shit, and I've been buying like 12 packs. It's a problem. I'm not losing weight.
Mason reached Bullet Club here. Bullet Club cool heel status here. Yeah,
I think that's a good way to put it. He's the cool heel.
And I think Bear just being involved with that just makes perfect sense, as you said, the whole New York thing, and just catapults that story. As you were saying, we felt like a little lull in it, even though it hasn't been even that long. It's been just the shows between 2 weeks. They've kind of made mentions in videos here and there, and that's been kind of cool to see. But like now, this definitely catapulted this feud for sure.
And Bear's another one, I would say, in the world championship hunt. Why don't we have him up there for right now? Why isn't he part of maybe helping at least get him in a storyline with Effy at this point, just because, and I don't know. Oh, Reed's going, I don't feel the Bear thing right now. You know what? I don't know. Hold on, though. But this is Reed Harris Cooper. He is one of those ones that he will be the other opinion sometimes. And sometimes this is what makes us think.
Yep.
So yeah, so he's not technically feeling it. Maybe there's something to it. It could be because why you don't like a heel bear, or you know what I mean?
Pero.
So that's the
We
thing.
haven't
It
seen
says
Pero
it
in
might
a
be
while.
true. It could be Pero, and that would make sense. That's another big guy who could come in there and be an enforcer.
Yeah,
this is interesting.
That would be crazy. Mason, Doc, and Slade. Oh my god, that trio. Oh
That's the New York crew. That is a New York crew. Bring in Bear, bring in Redacted, just the whole crew. Just fuck it. Long Island. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
What did they call it? The Long Island Deathmatch Crew or something like that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we gotta go. Whoever actually, yeah, that's it in the. Was it? Oh no, Bear interview. He said that. Wow, that's a lot of possibilities though. So I'm very interested. I hope it does play out in LA. Maybe Phoenix too, but for selfish reasons in LA because we will be in LA. We won't be in Phoenix, but yeah, I'm excited for where this feud could go for sure. Our next match, as we were kind of just talking about, was a death match with Dr. Redacted going against Crazy King.
So I knew this was going to be wild when I saw that King started breaking tubes over his own head, and the bell rings, and that's when Redacted put him directly through a trash can. There were a ton of weapons, chairs, light tube bundles, and more. Giving credit to Crazy King for using a submission hold in a death match. As someone who actually likes wrestling, I appreciated that he reminded everyone, you don't just have to hit each other with shit. I can choke you the fuck out mid-match right here. I like that. I wish that dimension was added to more death matches. There was an awesome spot where King and Redacted go backward off the middle rope and through a light tube bundle bridged across the chair. They crushed the tubes and the chair flattened completely. Our winner here, Dr. Redacted, he won via suffocation. On to you, V.
Is that a good enough submission for you there? Like Crazy King went for his Doc went for his submission there. The suffocation, man.
I liked it.
Oh, yeah. So the violence continued in this one. Doc's energy is so contagious with the live crowd, and it's so awesome to see each show the crowd just dive into it and want to get pushed by him and like be into it because he just kind of came in and has gotten a nice following in GCW, and it's nice to see it kind of traveling to all these places. Nice to see Crazy King back as well. And I think these two styles clashed well in a chaotic but different way than what we saw in the match previous. The match previous felt like a normal kind of death match, tag team match. That's not saying it was bad, but I think what Doc and Crazy King, especially following that match, they knew they had to go out there and do something different. And I think their styles lent perfectly into providing something different, as we saw in this match with a lot of the crazy spots, the submission attempts, and even the damn ending. I thought awesome job by both using the whole using hard pose as well. And I would say maybe we should start making these kind of upcoming UV matches for a chance to enter NGI, like a entrant match. I forgot. I don't know why the name missed me while I was typing it. It's missing me now. You're about to get by the mute button, so I'm stalling for you. But what a teammate there. Hot tag. So like a qualifying match. There we go. Qualifying match. I would start making these qualifying matches to make it a little bit more interesting and have more story to the match.
I'm with you 100%. Honestly, I think that first of all, to be an NGI, you should be a winner to get in. So I think you should have to qualify. This just shouldn't be who picks up the phone and says yes. I think the fans need to see that whoever made the Nick Gage Invitational are probably some of the toughest motherfuckers you can find, and they're all winners. That's what it should be, the cream of the crop. It should be none other than that. No half-asses here. Oh, hey, here's this new hot shot here. No, it needs to be the best of the best. GCW is the best of the best. And if they're going to have a focus on a deathmatch tournament, it needs to be with the best of the best people involved in it. So, Crow Fairy Tale just asked, any idea of when the NGI will be? I don't have any info on that yet. Did Brett say anything? I think he was still looking for.
But usually it is in October. But I'm looking here real fast. Yeah, last year was in November actually, so it's usually around the winter time. So maybe we'll be seeing some announcements here coming up, hopefully soon. But I would like, if once it does get announced, I would love to see every death match moving forward or ultraviolet match a qualifying match to get into the tournament. As you said, it adds more stakes to the match and it adds storylines, and now maybe those storylines bleed into what moves forward throughout the next couple shows. You could start interweaving stories of qualify. Like, I mean, there's just so much you could do, and it just adds a little bit more thing. But maybe we are like, maybe my idea right now is way too ahead of time. If it's in November, you don't want to start doing qualifying matches now, but that's something I would like to kind of see moving forward.
Oh, wouldn't it be nice if every qualifying, let's just say, see, it's death match. And sometimes recently, especially with Matt Tremont as the champion, we've been closing out the show with a death match. That would be fun. Was the main event would be a death match qualifier and just balls to the wall. Every main event for the next 8 fucking main events heading up to NGI is going to be a qualifier death match.
And injuries happen. I mean, like, let's say somebody does qualify in between now and then they get hurt. Whoever they wrestled against should be the next one thrown in. Or maybe you have a pre-show or a before show, like a backup. Like, I don't know. You could do something cool with it. But yeah, it's just something I thought of during that match that I thought just made sense at that time. And I wanted to see your idea on it.
Yeah, I love it 100%. I think those qualifying matches also allow us to have maybe some built-in feuds. Maybe someone cheats for someone to win or lose, and it kind of, so we're basically building storylines at the same time. So basically this NGI show could actually feed 8, let's just say 8 qualifying matches over 8 shows. So NGI is actually touching 9 shows total to get to the big dog when it happens. Again, if I had 30 minutes, I could probably draw up, weave this one, weave that one. I mean, we'll see what happens though. I think the excitement should be, can they make it in? You know,
not just who's going to get announced for it. Like, who's
fucking announcement. Who earned it?
Yep.
That's what I want to see. This is the NGI now. Like, this isn't NGI 3 or 4. Like, we're 10 years in on this motherfucker. It's time to start treating it seriously. This isn't just, oh, you get in because you're from Japan. This is more like, no, you're a fucking winner, and you're gonna get in because you want. Like, this is a tournament full of winners. You know, just being in here is an honor. That's how it should be sold.
Yep. Like all these ideas, Frank and Clown. Yeah.
Yeah, this is what happens. The fans are speaking. Like, this is just feed us, because this is the way to do it. And if you want something engaging and you want to keep people watching your product, these are the kind of ideas that you need to incorporate. That's why the story sells, and that's why WWE makes millions of dollars selling the sizzle instead of the steak. Did you even announce the next match? I'm so sorry.
Nope, you're good, man. Our next match is a 4-way tag team match, as it is Bayne and Mathews going against Boisterous Behavior, Janela and Mathews, and Gringo with his late replacement, Effy, filling in.
This was a lot to watch. No lie. We had 8 people in here. I did like Slater's jumpsuit, but I figure he was going to be hot in that thing. I don't know how he wrestles in that thing. If you see, like, every team had a moment in the spotlight here, and they all shined. I'm keeping this one short because, again, 8 people, that's just too much for me note-wise. Our winner was Effy and Gringo Loco, and that's when Joey grabbed a mic and just paid homage to Sabu. His family were in the audience in attendance that night. Again, this wasn't the longest of matches, but it was just busy. What did you think about this one, B?
Well, almost caught myself. I caught myself. I looked up real fast before I hit my review there. Yeah, there's another way to go about it, Gypsy. Like, hey, you have 14 people for the first 7 spots, and then the last 7 would for some kind of crazy match for the final spot. Yeah, that would be a last chance spot.
Loser qualifier, deathmatch scramble. Oh, don't want to say
that's
that.
what somebody was
Deathmatch
saying here. Deathmatch battle royale with all the losers.
Oh my god! Could you imagine the light tubes flying into the crowd constantly?
And
just that's true. That's true. Yeah.
I thought this match showcased the depth of tag teams in GCW. Bayne and Mathews always deliver. Boisterous Behavior are always a pleasure whenever we get them in GCW, especially as a tag team. And Janela can team with anyone, and I think a tag run for him would kind of be a nice change of pace for him right now. I thought maybe the cross feud would be a good one. I think maybe a tag run with him and Mathews or him and Janelasus would be a good run. Him and Mathews was a fun team, and Effy and Gringo kind of made sense of Gringo bringing in the champion. And I forgot their name. What was it? So Loco Gay or so?
Oh yeah, it
Oh
was
my goodness.
so gay loco or something like
Yeah,
that.
I like the team name, and like it's fun. We always love seeing those different kind of nameplates pop up when they make their entrances. So I loved it. I thought this was a high paced match with crazy spots, a hot crowd, and I thought it was a fun match for what it was. As you said, it was just no story to kind of go on with it. So I kind of just wanted to highlight every single team right there real fast.
Sounds good, man. I'm with you.
Our next match was for the GCW and JCW Tag Team Championships as Young, Dumb, and Price went against the Brothers of Funstructions.
All right, here. So what's in those boxes? That's what every single fan was asking. And only a few fans had ever really seen a Riddle box match before. So this was new to probably 80% of the fans on GCW. We had items like streamers, a bell, and a rope. We had balloons, bowling pins, a gun, a pie, glass bottles. Ruffo had a fire extinguisher and the whole place filled with yellow dust. Jordan Oliver got a mouthful and then some, needed water to get it out of his face. I think I have more to say after this than I do during it. This was definitely a Brothers of Funstruction style match. This was an ICP, well, we'll say, this was their style of match. I love both teams a lot, but being fair, I feel like this match should have happened on Juggalo Championship Wrestling. I think their fans would have popped. They would have had the titles back in their home territory. We have smart fans at GCW. We know we lost more losing our titles than they did losing theirs. Now we're touring without tag titles, and maybe there's a real good reason for that, not storyline related. I'm not sure. But only the fans lose here. Unless the brothers are now working with GCW and traveling along, I'm not against that, especially if they have proper faces to fight around the country. But otherwise, we just lost a title on our touring show, and fans are already not thrilled with the lack of titles we have. This was a huge loss to GCW more than it was to JCW. And my last thing, there are circumstances behind the scenes that we may not know, and that's why the titles can't be moving right now. But since we don't know that, I don't want to go further than that. But we lost a lot here, man. We really did. This is more than just a YouTube show. Like yeah.
And I wouldn't mind here with them being the title holders, if as we were kind of talking about, Frank said they kind of travel and we could have a couple matches defending those belts on GCW shows, but I would love to see them kind of make a mockery of it and do these kind of stupid riddle box matches to kind of piss off the GCW crowd. Give us something different, hopefully quick little title run, and move on from it. But I wrote this was a very interesting, very JCW match. The brothers have started won me over in like their facial reactions or crowd engagement, the creativity. Like I love them as a tag team. I wasn't a giant fan of this match. It is what it is. It was, as you said, very JCW, but I wouldn't mind seeing maybe one or two of these if they are going to be title holders, just to piss off the GCW fans in attendance before they lose it. And it would make at least sense of why they have it. Alec and Jordan tried their best with what they could in that match. Alec just selling the sound horn just was hysterical. This wasn't their forte, but they tried their best, and the feud continues, I guess.
I mean, and again, Funstruction, they're heels. If anything, take them around the country for a while and let them put over local face talent. Nothing wrong with that either. And they continue to antagonize the GCW fans in the process. Not against that either.
See, here's where I kind of got an idea in my head, Crow Fairy Tale. At War Games, usually the Art of War Games, that's when we used to kind of see that crazy ladder match kind of going on.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we see a crazy tag team ladder match with a bunch of tag teams in GCW to kind of like, hey, JCW clown, stop fucking with our titles and making our tag team matches look like your shit. Like you're in War Games, like this is gonna be our match kind of now. And like you had your Riddle box, now we're getting this match. So I think that would be kind of cool way to regain the tag titles or have new tag team champions at that point. If it is a ladder match, who knows?
Who are your tag team champions at GCW when the Brothers of Funstruction drop?
I mean, it kind of has to go back to Alec and Jordan, but if you're telling me to pick a different team,
yeah, just for fun. Who else do you have on your docket? You think
I would put a Gringo and Cartwheel or a Rez, but I don't think we're going to be seeing a Rez for multiple reasons for now.
Yeah,
the injury and being gone. But another team's like too, if we could get them, but that we don't get them often. The Boisterous behavior I liked, and I was gonna not say the Rejects, but who they kind of we're about to cover right now. The Pillars would be a nice, fun change of pace as tag titles, or even you get Vandal 48 to kind of get pissed off and take it off them. I don't know. I there's a lot of ways you could go with them if it is not Young, Dumb, and Price.
Yeah, the Rejects, Violence is Forever. Cogars?
No offense, yeah, Violence is Forever. I'm kind of done. Yeah, the Cogars is kind of what makes sense too. I would even like to see Napier though and Otis and kind of let Atticus do his own little thing for the world title.
Is that what you're thinking? Just keep him singles for now and let Otis and Napier kind of make their way through?
I mean, I would like to see Otis kind of be the one that challenges Tremont or challenges who we think will have the belt after Tremont. I wouldn't mind to see Otis kind of go that direction either. But if not, and if he's not going to be used in a meaningful manner and for the ultraviolet belts, yeah, absolutely. I think him and Napier would be a great way to build up that name and badass and hopefully what they want to be recognized in GCW, a good way to start building that up. Frank A, yes, we'll see you in LA, buddy.
We will be seeing you in LA for sure. That's 100%. We're gonna be in LA doing some stuff, so that'll be happening. Yeah, for me, I would like to see Otis do some more singles stuff because I feel he's stupid capable, and he's been knocking it out of the park when he's been doing those single matches. So I've always said that I love when everybody's a team, but if you can get some singles wins, that makes the team look stronger over time. You need to know that they don't need each other. And that's what makes a real strong, cohesive group is the fact that they're deadly alone. When they come together, whoa, that's the way that should be written there.
Right. Our main event of Evil Deeds was a tag team death match, as it is the previously mentioned Rejects going against the Pillars.
Okay, so this was interesting. Right after we had a Juggalo championship style match, we get a no holds barred style main event. Found this kind of interesting. A lot of glass was broken here. We had human battering rams. Fans were encouraged to stomp the Rejects. That was enjoyable. We had a fuck that side chant going back and forth. Really loved that. I was waiting for a wall of death to happen. Of course it didn't. We had a light tube fight. There was a garbage can of tubes. So many were busted. I'm assuming they were donated. Our winner here were the Rejects via Deep South Destroyer on MM3. I wrote here, this is a fitting death match and main event ending for a Detroit show. Thoughts on this one, man?
First note, the violence justified the main event spot.
Yeah.
Pillars are so damn good. Like I want to see them so much more in GCW. Tag team, singles, death match, non-death match. They could do everything. I love both of them. The Rejects are a perfect tag team for the Pillars. They meshed very well together with them. As you said, I was didn't think of the no holds barred name, but I was trying to think like this felt like an old school like death match that you saw like in like the woods and stuff like that, like in what we've kind of been seeing. But yeah, that was a good call too. And yeah, lots of tubes and lots of violence and lots of blood. Perfect way to end this show at Harpo's Evil Deeds. And I know I say this every damn episode, but man, I'm so shocked that Harpo's lets us use that much glass every single show. Man, it's crazy.
And the fans are like almost able to touch the ring just by sitting up in their seats. I see shit flying there. I'm like, oh my God, these guys are just wild.
Harpo's has gotten some gnarly death matches, and it's just like I'm just so shocked every single time. Is that the space too that had like the light up floor, like you can walk around?
Dude,
or was
don't
that
even
like
talk.
place?
I'm a 70s dude. They need to light up the disco floor again.
Was
disco
it that place?
For like,
okay. I remember the first show we did there. They kind of showcased that, but we haven't seen it since then.
I'm gonna put in a special request. Next time we go to Harp, I'll be up Ash's ass and I'll be like, we need it, guys. We need the dance floor to light up again. And I think we need it in a Janela match too.
Right.
It's just, dude, that's so fucking cool. Come on. How many places have a lit dance floor from the 70s anymore?
Real fast. I want to hit some of these chat notes. Yes, Frank, that's what we've been always talking about the tag division, just kind of up in the air. And so hopefully they kind of do some fun stuff with it, especially now while it's up in the air.
I'm going to be right back. I just need to take a second. So if there's another
I'll
fan
run
thing or
through
whatnot,
these.
be
Yep.
right back with you, bud.
I got you for a few minutes, man. Deathmatch Gypsy here. I'm right there with you. That's exactly what I was thinking of. Napier and Otis need to go. Atticus for single title. Build them into like they could take over GCW if you start building them the right way. And kind of how I think Atticus wants to retell his story. He said now, them being a strong unit, holding all the belts in GCW, maybe you make Otis a double champion for tag champion and a ultraviolet champion. I definitely wouldn't mind seeing that. Drew Parker, unfortunately, no, not making the Alaska trip. I apologize. But stay tuned. Frankie too. Yeah, stay tuned. In LA, we got some announcements to kind of make an announcement at the end of the show regarding LA. Can't even want to point to one team that makes sense, and I think that means a good thing and a bad thing. I guess what you're saying, I know they're not building any up, but it means there's a lot of depth in the tag team because there's a lot of tag teams that make sense that could be tag team champions. Colton, yeah, I like that idea too. We've been talking about it more tag matches or multi-person deathmatch tag matches. Otis, sorry. Yeah, and you're muted too. Double whammy for you again. You can't see it. You can't see it because I have this thing up. Yeah. Otis is the man. Definitely need to put the tag titles on one of the Cogars if he isn't getting the UV title. We agree, Frank. I think since he's shown up, he's showcased, I think, from what I've seen him before GCW, a lot of his growth, and I think he's being very underutilized right now. And I want to see, hopefully, NGI season UV titles comes around. Hopefully we get some more of Otis in that frame of reference. More pillars. Yes, they need a GCW, and I agree. Perfect Copa to the show. Perfect ending. I'm hoping that means. I don't know what that means. And I definitely was waiting to get to this one, Frank. Thank you. GCW. We have to kick them out if we see any in LA. No, just kidding. Deathmatch scene's crazy. Michigan has no commission. I'm just crazy that they allow that much glass at Harpo's, like the legendary Harpo's place. Like maybe it's not legendary. Maybe we're buying into it, but no, Ohio doesn't allow glass. And yeah, we were kind of talking about that when they kind of first brought this up. I thought this was going to be a little bit of a tease, and maybe they could have even ran Rough Shot for a little bit to kind of showcase a little craziness and then had a turn later on. But I'm still happy that we're getting this feud. I've been calling for this feud for a long time, and I think it's since Jacob, when they had the possibility of facing off at Jacob in February, is when I asked for this feud. So finally seeing it to play out, and hopefully we get the payoff in LA. I'm excited for this coming up weekend show.
So then I have a question for you, because we're at the 2-hour mark. Do you want to take a 3-minute break, or do you want to keep rolling? It's up to you. The second half is going to go quicker. Okay, yeah.
Let's keep rolling. When Frank hops in, I might step off for a quick minute.
Okay, not a problem whatsoever.
All right.
So that was fun.
Right. Our next show, GCW Rumble on the River from White River State Park in Indianapolis, Indiana.
All right. So being in Las Vegas, I miss green grass, and it looked really soft to lay on. The park was beautiful, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that the rain was setting in intervals in this one. I don't want to go too far into it, but Tournament of Death, I'm a rain guy. Tournament of Death freaking got soaked, and it was probably one of my favorite events in a while, just because of the unique atmosphere. And yeah, things were kind of interesting here. I was talking to Ash with production. He said that if you notice, the show was just a little dark at points. That's because the cloud cover and everything was throwing off the white balance on their cameras. So they were fighting with that. But yeah, about a match or two in, I'm literally hitting him up going, dude, it's dark. Something's going on. He's like, I know it's messing with it. So
I know
that was a problem. That was a problem he definitely knew about, because it was starting to get really dark on one side of the screen. I'm like, okay, it's my TV or I can't see shit. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, luckily that was fixed pretty quickly. Also, just a little historical note for some of you. This was the park that was the first show back after COVID hit. So if you remember, GCW had their first show back, and it was a distance. It was this state park here. So yeah, we're back again.
Shows too, yeah. I enjoyed seeing the the background, and I enjoyed seeing them coming down the aisle at the amphitheater. I loved it. It's been a while since we've seen it, and I agree with you. It's a fun place for them to visit. Me being the venue person. First match is a 7-way scramble, as it was Rachel Armstrong, Ron Bass Jr., Braden Toon, Dex Royal, Jamie Lynn Senegal, Jeffrey John, and Shane Mercer, traitor.
Right. That still burns you, huh? He should not be working with Juggalo Championship at all, huh?
No.
So there was a Ron Bass tope with referee Dan Perch rope assisting. Welcome back. The last time we'd seen Ron Bass was on April 6th of 2024. I believe that may have been Effy's big gay brunch, but don't quote me there. April sounds like that would have been that time. Braden, fantastic athleticism. It had been a while since we'd seen him. He is a welcome sight back. Armstrong, better wrestling in this match by far than some of the previous ones we've seen with her. I didn't have the highest hopes initially from the first 1 or 2 appearances. Lately, definitely been much improved. Shane Mercer threw Armstrong about 3 rows deep. Nice little spot. Welcome back to Dex Royal, last seen on July 20th, 2024 in a 4-way with Rachel Armstrong. So again, one of the more local talents when we come through Indianapolis. Our winner here was Rachel Armstrong. I wanted to see what you had to say about this match.
It was fun seeing all those names that we haven't seen in a while come back. For me, the big name that I was happy to see was Dex Royal. He really shined in one of the first times we saw him in GCW. I think it was, as you said, in a scramble with Rachel Armstrong. But Dex Royal to me is one that I have my eye on. I enjoy watching. But yeah, Rachel looked really good. Ron Bass Jr. haven't seen much of, so that was kind of cool seeing him. Toon, as you said, always looks incredible with his athleticism. Jamie Lynn Senegal, welcome back to GCW, and Shane Mercer tossing Rachel Senegal out however far he tossed her. For me, was absolutely the call or the spot of the match for my eyes.
Well, I just wanted to mention this because I want some justice for my big guys. Ron Bass Jr. 6'3", 323 pounds, and got his shit kicked in by a 5-foot Rachel Armstrong. Now, normally David versus Goliath is a great story, but we see it weekly. Some of these smaller wrestlers can barely lift some of these guys, and they're winning continuously. I really don't like it, and I feel it delegitimizes larger performers who do look like larger wrestlers. I feel like it takes away incentive for wrestlers like Bass who bust ass and work hard to be tough, to be strong, just to get his character crushed. Yeah, it's just, my question is, like, we do see David and Goliath like every week. When is the last time you've seen a big guy win at GCW and get a run? You know, like Cardona, maybe, I think is considered a big guy, that especially for the indies. Past that, I mean, Effy would be considered big. Effy's a big dude, but past that, I mean, you come to GCW and you're 6 foot, you better be ready to get picked up by 5'2", 115 pounds, and you better be ready to lose. I'm not big on that because I'm a big guy. I want to see my big guys crushed. That's part of wrestling. And like I said, a good David and Goliath story is great, but when it's weekly, it's not so much fun. And, you know, I feel bad for people like Bass who go out there and he's like, well, you know, I have to go now act tough after someone who's the size of, you know, is just it's old school thinking. I'm so sorry.
The little short kings.
Right,
I'm right, for the short kings. Go
and
short
it's not
kings.
And it's not set in stone. It's just an opinion. It's just an opinion. It's not set in stone. Also, it's how I was raised with the big guys from
Kings
back
and
in
Queens.
the day.
Sorry, kings and queens.
Right. Kings and Queens. But I mean, I'm just saying though, man, I mean, you're 6'3" and you get dropped by someone who's smaller than a 10-year-old in the crowd. Maybe,
sorry,
you know, no, it's good. It's good. It's just, for the big guys, especially, like, their whole job is to be scary and whatnot. And then they're getting picked up and,
I'll go to
who wins?
here.
You know, what I'm saying is, who wins in that exchange? Bass gets buried for a couple $100. Rachel Armstrong looks like amazing, but that's the extent of it.
I'm rooting for
I don't
my
know.
shorties. My shorties got
No, and that's true. Again, and like I said, everybody's gonna hate me. That is just a personal opinion, guys. Just personal opinion. I just want my monsters to be monsters, and I don't want them to always get their shit kicked in. Like, what's the point of bringing in a monster if you're gonna make him look like shit? Like, you know what I mean? Great. You know what Bass could do, especially with that pedigree? I watched his dad wrestle in the WWF. You're gonna bury Bass to it, yeah. I like Bass. Maybe that's the other thing. Maybe I'm just, but yeah,
You consider yourself a basshole, don't you?
I am totally I'm being a basshole tonight. That's for sure.
Screwball, great call here. Yeah, Manuel also with the great call and commentary. He did phenomenal all weekend as well. Called attention to the previous history of Mercer and Armstrong in the city GCW when Mercer threw her about 6 rows the last time. So I always enjoy the little callbacks, rewarding the fans that listen and pay attention. And Clown real fast too. Oops, sorry, man.
No, you're good. You're good.
Clown real fast too. The sound system was amazing at the park. Cool. That's good to hear because we go into UCC Center. Hopefully we get as clear as you got at Indianapolis at the state park.
We just get what's called loud. We get loud. Whatever. We just know there's noise going on. We can hear it, but we just don't know until the person comes out sometimes.
I'll just never forget that Atticus promo. Like in person, you heard it clear, but when they played that over the video, they had to like put subtitles. It was so bad coming out across Triller. So it's nice to see where we've been from there to where it's been happening at the UCC. Hopefully too, we get a little Frankie. If you could spill some news, any heads up on any special color scheme or special LA thing that they're doing for homecoming?
Yeah, Frank. You know what? Actually, Frank messaged me literally in the middle of the show right now. So I think we're talking about that.
Okay. I'm about to say, we got to put on there for LA weekend this week. I got to get some clothes ready.
No kidding. Yeah, he was talking about maybe the possibility of doing something. Dude, I still like Frank. I still like the idea of like LA, like Raiders black, like a good old fashioned blackout. Like when you're watching an LA show, because it's just blacked out. Like,
I can't do the Raider blackout now.
Nope, we're gonna stick to it.
I'll be at that collective, I guess.
No, I'm from Las Vegas. You can have the Raiders back.
No,
you can have the Raiders. We're fine. We all try to follow. I don't know, man. I would have taken any team but the Raiders, but we'll talk about that maybe another day.
Another decision I hate. I guess I'll go to another thing I hate. KJ Orso going against Gary J.
What a night! All right, so this is another short one. Fans were riding KJ's butt the whole match. There was plenty of support for Gary. I'm sure Gary was eating that up, but no, I don't mean this as any offense. This was a solid wrestling match, and there wasn't a lot to report here. You know what I mean? No weapons, no nothing. They just got in that ring and they told one hell of a story, and I don't have much to go on past then. So our winner here was KJ Orso, and I would have to say both really put it down. It was a damn good match.
Ishmael or Reed, I forgot whichever one of you called it. Yeah, the call back to Lillian Garcia Triple H when Fuego when Emil called KJ Fuego. I thought that was fucking hysterical, especially after the night before. Emil's like, I'm sick of your shit. I love that. That was awesome. I loved also like how this match kind of got teased, and I didn't know it was announced the next before, but I guess they did announce it the night before. But at the end of that opening scramble from the night before, where KJ won, him and Gary J had the kind of interaction, and I liked how the previous night action blending into the next night. It always makes it fun and rewards the fans that watch both nights. So thank you for both for that one. And Gary definitely held his own in this one, but KJ picks up momentum heading into LA.
We have a lot of fans split on KJ, but I mean, that's what, like you said here about the Jack MLJ.
That was a good one.
KJ's doing magic in any position he's put in. They put him in a scramble, he killed it. They put him over here, he killed it. He evokes emotion from fans, and that's what's up. Oh, look at him, Dodger Blue.
Breaking news, Dodger Blue in LA.
Ooh. Dang.
Yeah, I gotta find some blue now.
Well, for me, I think I'm gonna have to. That's a good question. I gotta figure that out.
KJ versus Emil. Book it.
Let's go. Let's fucking go. I heard
what
Emil
was
has
it?
a wicked right hook, so we'll see.
What was KJ's name before? Was it KJ? What did he use on Backyard?
Oh, I can't
Did he have
remember.
a different name back then? Oh, okay, I thought he maybe had a different name. Our next match was for the tag team titles. Oh wait, just kidding. Tag team match as Young, Dumb, and Price defend the belt against Boisterous Behavior.
Well,
We
lost
had
it
the
to the
matchup.
clowns.
I've been asking for this matchup. We could have had it for the tag titles, but once again, no. Remember that one time, like East West Express was supposed to go against, I think it was like the Motor City Machine Guns or Macizo, and they lost it the night before, and then they got screwed.
And you're like, what?
Like, that's the same feeling I have right now, man. I was like, man, we're about to have the Boisterous Behavior challenge. Like, I get my match. I got my match, just not for the titles.
Oh, look at this. Frankie's putting up money. Drinks on me for anyone who shows up in pinstripes to break the blue out. Oh, fuck you, Frankie.
Uh-oh.
He's going to try to bring that Yankee shit out
Cage,
here.
That's what it was. Cage. Thank you, Screwball.
The only thing we bring from the Yankees out here is whoever the Dodgers purchase for the World Series run. That's a deep subject for another day.
Nick. Thank you, Nick. We're going to shout you out a little bit later, Nick, but maybe we can shout you out now.
Let's just shout you out now. Nick, thank you so much for saying something nice about the podcast. We were getting ready to get into it here on the next thing. Whoever did see it, yeah, we had a podcast commercial. There's a commercial now that'll be running on GCW TV for us. And really thought that was awesome. Nick found out 10 seconds before the whole thing went off. And he's like, I'm going to put these motherfuckers over. And thank you.
Thank you.
Really,
yes.
We love you, Nick, and appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Nick. Also, big shout out, as we were going to say earlier, Ivan J for making that video and commercial. Thank you, Brett, for playing with it. And thank you, everyone, for the comments. We had some nice messages afterwards. So thank you all for, especially Nick. Yeah, the kind words of you and Prazak was awesome.
And I'm not going to lie. What kind of scared me was at the end, it said the official podcast. And I went, oh no. Are we the official, or I mean, because Brett truly is the official GCW podcast. It's coming straight out of his mouth on GCW's Patreon. We don't want to mess with that. We're the fan side of it. We let him be the company, and we just do fan shit. That's all there is to it. All right. Yeah. So Leon Slater, 3-time champion. That includes the TNA X Division Championship. We have Man Like Doris, also a 3-time champion. He's currently the Progress World Champion. Some may have noticed the screen got dark during the show. Ash said the cloud cover was throwing off the cameras. I wish I would have read that before I read that to you, but that's in my notes. If anybody wants to really watch something interesting, around the 38-minute, 30-second mark, you can see Alec and Slater got a little rough with each other mid-match. It was fun to watch, and they handled it professionally. It could have gotten a lot worse, but they just got a little fussy with each other for a minute. B, did you see that at all?
Yeah, Alex pissed he lost the belts to some fucking clowns the night before, man. I'd be pissed too. No offense, Leon.
He's cranky. He's cranky.
That's what he seemed like. You seemed like pissed. So I enjoyed it because it seemed like it just bled. It felt natural. It felt like it bled into the match in a good way. And I enjoyed seeing that, as you said.
Yeah, it was interesting because, like, Alec was on the ground and you see Slater kind of go over and do the little slappy thing on the back of his head, and then tables turned and Alec did it to him. And yeah, he didn't like it. Slater did not like that at all. And yeah, that was, I think that's the second or third time now I've seen things kind of go awry for 5 seconds or so. They always handle it well. Switch partners, do the damn job. Everybody cools down in the end. It's all good, and yeah, it is what it is.
I feel like they had that moment. Like I feel like Leon and Alec were like at an opening homecoming match one night a couple years ago, and I feel like they had a very similar kind of beef in the middle of a match. Like it felt like in a good, like, competitive kind of way. Like they're fighting for their spot. Maybe. He's in GCW, so I like it. I like it.
There was also a cool story here where both teams tend to mimic each other's moves. Like Doris would send Alec to the corner 3 times, then Alec would send Doris to the corner 3 times. Overall, though, again, we don't have a championship belt here. It kind of hurts. Our winners, though, overall, YDNP. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Man, I want props. Yeah. No. We're good. People are giving love all around here. This is great.
I kind of took short notes as well here, unfortunately. I was really looking forward to this match. I still got it. It was really good. But as you said, without the tag belts and without kind of any story, it was good for what it was. But For me, also J Rose doing the entrances.
Yes.
J Rose, shout out him. He always provides the energy, and it's always nice to see him back in GCW and announcing, and anywhere that he announces. We've been lucky to see him at a couple local shows announcing. J Rose is always good people, so shout out J Rose and thank you for the energy and welcome back. And yeah, I kind of wrote the same thing. Like I said, that was it. That was my notes. It was good, but please make this a feud. Even to feud for who's going to be next for the Brothers of Funstruction. I think those 4 people, those 2 tag teams, 4 individuals would make a good feud.
Well, let's see. Was there anything else here? Yeah, actually, we'll go into this next little section. We have an introduction for Cole Radrick. I'm watching him hop down those steps areas there, and I'm cringing like every time. I'm like, don't fuck your leg up. So happy to see him back though. Dude, even in the ring for a speaking part though, I'll take it. You know, he's missed. He reps Indianapolis, and that's when Cardona comes out, says he deserves a championship challenge, not Cole. Cardona then corners Cole, and that's when we hear Nate Webb's music. He makes his entrance, and we have a match.
Real fast, I love Cole addressing having the
ring.
Having the ring because we haven't seen it in a while. We haven't heard about it in a while, obviously, because we haven't seen him in a while. But we kind of always talk is what's going to happen with it, and I'm glad he acknowledged it right away.
Yes.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. Cardona, I think Cardona Cole interacted once before, and I think we always said that would be kind of a cool feud to kind of help build Cole off of Matt Cardona's name, and Matt Cardona being the perfect sports entertainer, I think would help elevate Cole in that situation. So I wouldn't mind, hopefully, down the line on Cole's return if they kind of go
Fingers
back to those 2 kind of going at it at some point. But yes, Nate's Webb music leads into Nate Webb versus Matt Cardona.
A very short match. Nate was posing with Cardona's internet title halfway through. Webb goes and grabs a beer. Webb goes down. Cardona opens the beer. That's when Cole steals it. He drinks some and spits it in Cardona's face. Webb rolls up Cardona for the win. Our winner here was Nate Webb. Again, a very short match. It was more for fun, more for the locals, more to get Nate Webb back in the ring and to make sure we still have Cole Radrick on our radar. Nate wears a Colts jersey with Webb on the back. Again, this was just back-to-back feel-good segments. That's what this is about, and that's exactly what we got. Cardona was that middle piece. He was the meat that held together the sandwich. Did a great job. Awesome.
Yeah, I don't have much to add. I don't have anything to add. I wrote feel good moment for Nate Webb at 9, obviously with Cole being back as well earlier. But yeah, it was for what it was. It was for the rain starts coming down hard for this match. Okay, I didn't really notice too much there, but yeah, that makes sense. For what it was, I enjoyed it and it was good. I just a good feel good moment for Indianapolis show.
Ooh, Cole has beaten Cardona. I like maybe they need to tease that.
Yeah,
maybe this was the tease.
I would love them to go back to that for sure. Next match was okay. That explains why some of my notes here. I didn't know it was a false count anywhere match. I must have missed all that. Bev versus Dr. Redacted. Let me clean up some of my notes here.
No sweat. No blood in this one. This felt like a hardcore match that you might see in the early 90s. They fought everywhere from the ticket table to the porta potty. Bev came out with a blue face. I would have laughed if Scarlett went in there also, and then she came out with a blue face. Redacted flew from a tree at one point. Our winner here was the Bev with a fisherman's buster through a barbed wire door bridge. Same thing, just kind of keeping this one short. It wasn't your regular death match. This was, a little different since they're at the park. Your thoughts on this one?
And I enjoyed it because it got creative for all those reasons. It made it fun. I had no idea it was a false count anywhere match. So I wrote, why are they trying to make pin attempts outside? Is this a new, is Bev trying a new rule out? So I totally missed that. So that's on me. I wrote this one's wild. The climbing the trees, fighting in a urinal. Bev with the pin on the outside I thought was fun. It exceeded my expectations. And I love to see these two kind of go at it once again in a NGI kind of qualifying match or anywhere going down the line. They both got very creative in this one and made a ultraviolet match something unique. And as we said, there was no blood, but there was blue.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, there we go. The apron dumps.
I like that.
Our next match was a 6-person tag match, as it was Janelasus and Marcus Mathers going against Bang and Mathews teaming with Gringo Loco.
Good on Joey for wiping down the top ropes. Referee Dan Perch was also literally wiping them down during the match. I want to say he did his best there. Bridging into this, the weather actually affected the wrestling some. The canvas was wet. Yeah, our winners here was Janelasus and Mathers. Again, that's what I got from it, man. What do you got?
I got short notes as well.
Terrible fucking notes here, but it's just
there's no story here, unfortunately.
There's no story.
For me, the monkey flip into the front row was a fun spot. Gringo just flopping like a fish on top of like the pile to break up the fin, and then them cutting to like Bang or Mathews. I think it was at Mathews' face, like on the ground, like, and then I think it was Nick Manimal or Prazak just dying on commentary. I mean, it was a fun, entertaining trios match. That's what it was. Like that's why I ended my notes. So, nothing else to go further for that one. Our next match was a 3-way match, as it was Manders, Calvin Tankman, and Mance Warner.
Well, this was the spot where I was going to thank Nick for putting over the podcast, but he already did that. This match had trash can lids, a few chairs, and a couple of doors. Tankman's size actually added some dimension to this match. Manders sold a beautiful clothesline. All competitors at some point were speared through some doors. Our winner in this 3-way, Manders. Again, notes are so short, dude. We had so many things to follow and watch this weekend. Yeah, and the rain did not help.
Yeah. I wrote this is where I kind of really started to notice the rain too. I wrote that this was a fun trios Haas match, and with all 3 competitors, it gave us exactly what we wanted. Them getting creative and going through the doors, and Mance being the heel, back to being heel Mance, and the antagonizer was perfect for this matchup. But same thing as I always say about some of these other talents would take Calvin Tankman. Anytime we get him in GCW, it's always a pleasure. And I think this was a perfect booking to help kind of elevate his status in GCW with these 2 former SGC members in a trios match, or in a 3-way match against him.
Do you want to know who wants to take on Tankman and hasn't had a chance to at GCW yet? Sam Stackhouse. Stackhouse wants to take on Tankman. Book that fucking match.
Yes, that would be crazy. Absolutely. Next match was a Ultraviolet Championship match, as Matt Tremont defends the belt against Billy Starkz.
Yeah, so this was supposed to be Effy versus Billy Starkz. Didn't happen that way. And to be honest, they fought outside for just a minute or two. Billy makes Tremont kiss 3 out of 4 of the ring posts. And Billy gets up on the top rope, and that's when Atticus comes out, pushes Billy off the top. Boom, this match is done. It ends up switching to a hardcore tag team match. I'll just announce it. So that ended up being our main event. It was a hardcore tag team match. Matt Tremont and Billy Starkz ended up teaming up versus the Cogar brothers. They were not happy that the Cogar brothers had messed up their short little match. Same thing. Less than 5 minutes long, this main event here. Doors were broken. Atticus had a taser, accidentally tased Otis. Tremont puts Atticus through a door and covered him for 3. Our winner here again in less than 5 minutes was Tremont and Starkz. I have a feeling the weather was really starting to affect everything that was going on. At the same time, this was kind of a throw together match after Effy's situation, which I'm guessing was only a 3-hour or 2-hour heads up. He was in Indianapolis when he was getting his leg taken care of at the hospital. So, I mean, they had to call this one on the fly. That is so independent wrestling.
And I think for what it was, as you said, it was different. Seeing Billy and Tremont kind of, as you said, it was kind of teased as an interesting option. I was like, where's this going to go? But how it played out was fun as well. But I did not like Atticus picking up the loss there. I was kind of so happy Otis and then picking up the win the night before, and it got all taken away right there. But I don't mind the 50-50. At least it's 50-50 instead of Vandal 48 kind of always taking the L in all these situations. So yeah, I wonder where this leaves. Are we going to get Tremont and Otis, or as we were talking earlier, or is this just going to, I don't know what they're doing with Tremont. Yeah.
Tremont and Otis needs to happen again. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good now, so I'm done.
Right here, Screwball said, I think Billy versus Tremont was a mistake. They teased the more interesting option and swerved away from it. So that's the other thing. I would have had Billy come out and say, Effy was supposed to be here. Of course, Effy hasn't. This is an open challenge. Whoever wants to take me on, I'm ready. Boom. Out comes Atticus and Otis. Okay, now it's a 2-on-1. She's like, what the fuck am I going to do? Tremont music's hit. Now it's a 2v2. That's how I would have booked the main event. And the fans would have probably liked that a lot more. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, Nick said I had one of my sweat towels over my headset mic box because it was just a steady stream. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm sure that was fun. You're sitting there with electrical device on your head while it's pouring rain. Yeah. Yeah, that's
Wow.
it was appreciated, Nick. I'll tell you that much, though. You did a damn good job, dude. Mose killed it on the first night, too. I mean, like, everything was really good. And Prazak just being the rock for everybody to lean on. Fantastic. Frankie here said, agree. Tag team, run off Cogars. Yeah. I think it just would have had a little more emotion. Same thing, man. Just give me 3 minutes. Could have come up with that on the fly. Would have made it a lot better. You know, but you do your best with what you have. And for me to sit around and talk about how I approve someone else's product is me, you know, already armchair quarterbacking. So
I thought this was a overall fun show, and like always cool to go back to that venue. I definitely would like to see them go back to that venue with a little bit better weather, obviously next time. But it's always fun to see that cool place.
Well, I think that was it for Rumble on the River, correct?
Rumble on the River is complete.
Sweet. Okay, so that's 2 down, and we have 1 more to go. Frankie, if you are going to join us, jump on in here if you get the opportunity. I know he was there live at the show. So it's up to you, Frank, if you want to jump off chat and jump in here. He'll be with us here shortly, possibly. We'll see what he wants to do. It's a little late over there on the East Coast, too, and he's a busy guy now. So, okay, so there's... Did you end up watching all of Cannonball Fest or no?
Nah,
I've
been kind of watching a little bit as we've been kind of going.
Crocos, you guys got this. I think
yeah.
we'll see Frankie here soon. You never know. All right, so yeah, let's do this, man.
While we wait, should we break the news while we're waiting?
Oh shit, yeah, we probably should have done that already. Let's rock and roll, dude. Tell him.
All right. So while we're waiting for Frank, LA, we are doing a Game Changer World pre-show for Homecoming on the YouTube channel. We're gonna go down the lineup, give a couple previews, hopefully do a couple interviews before the show, and kind of hype up the show on YouTube before the show goes live. And hopefully we're going to lead up right into Homecoming. We don't know the exact time yet, but stay tuned to our Twitter channels and we'll let you guys know what time. But yeah, LA Homecoming pre-show at the UCC Center finally.
And we have some ideas. One of them is we want to take our phone outside, hook up, and we want to show everybody what the UCC is about, what it looks like out there, walking in the building, what it looks like. We just kind of wanted to give everybody the feel.
Maybe some pictures and stuff for Patreon too, if you're a Patreon member. We're going to try to do some cool stuff in LA before the Homecoming show this year.
We're as good as you can afford.
That is not a good. No. All right, show's over then. That's about all you're gonna get there.
Hi,
thanks,
Frankie.
Nick. Thanks.
Hello, world.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, how you doing tonight? We haven't seen you. You're perfectly coiffed. You're looking good.
Thank you. Yeah, my hair is fucking bulletproof today. I was doing some stuff for the real life, and I'm surprised it lasted. I was up at 9 a.m. Eastern this morning, and I did my hair then, and it survived all goddamn day. So
hasn't moved since then.
Oh, look at that thing!
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, man,
it is plastic.
Okay,
it is fucking Ken hair.
So is that mousse? Is that gel? What do we got going in there?
No, I use this super strong pomade I buy off the internet that comes in an irradiated tin about that big. No.
Well, whatever it's doing, it works. That's for damn sure.
Damn straight it does.
Let's see here. Reed Harris Cooper said me and Frankie had an experience.
It was a Cannonball Fest. I was tweeting on Sunday. What an experience to go back to bullshit high school indie wrestling, if
Right?
only for a day, because we don't get that anymore. As GCW fans, we're not in that bubble of indie pro wrestling anymore.
Yeah.
Where we're on these, like, these bar wrestling, these nightclub shows where it's just a different vibe. Where those high school gym, church basement shows are a different breed, and it's fun to go back to the roots sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I forgot that a ring canvas can be one color.
Yeah. No, I'm yelling at Manuel. I was like, what the hell, Manuel? Am I chopped liver? Am I not part of this show yet? I didn't get the shout out on Saturday.
Oh, man. Yep. Shout out.
Yeah, real fast. Effy is fine. So hematoma, that sounds good.
I was talking to him on Sunday. I was shocked when I saw him on Sunday at the gym at the high school. I'm like, what the hell? New Jersey is not on the way home from Indianapolis down south. So
yeah. He
was doing the damn thing all show. So I was up in the bleachers and I saw Effy at the desk all night. So props to Effy for making the call all night. So,
and I asked him about LA. He said he's making LA. So it sounds like if he's in Arizona, he's making AZ also. Good news.
Nice.
Very good news. Yeah, we need him now more than ever, especially with how the belt situation is these days.
Mm-hmm. We were talking about, well, you've heard it all. We were talking like shit's thin right now, and real thin. I don't know. I feel like GCW's kind of had a little bit of a change where deathmatch wrestling is more important now. And in the independent scene, I feel like that's smart because you don't see a lot of deathmatch wrestlers getting picked up on TV and going anywhere. So it's almost like if you want any type of consistency on the independent scene, you almost have to incorporate more of deathmatch wrestling because it's just a constant stir of talent rolling through all the time.
Yeah.
Putting Tremont on the main event, fantastic. I mean, that just seems to be fitting. He's getting the king treatment from the fans no matter where he goes. So I don't know. I feel like this is a more death match heavy than usual GCW. And I think the success and the fans' enthusiasm are showing that this may be the way to go for us.
All right.
That's a challenge. Motherfucker, that's a challenge. It's funny until I come out there with a camera or a phone and I'm like, what's up, guys? It can happen. I was thinking, okay, so if everybody was cool in the parking lot and wanted to be on camera, I'd totally go to the parking lot and show people like, hey, there's a group here. Everybody's cool. Show up, say hi. You know what I mean? Hey, here's the guy in the parking lot you want to talk to if you don't want to make it to the dispensary. I mean, we've got everybody in the parking lot, You
gotta do the old school the Vice documentaries where everybody's voice just kind of sounds like this all the time and everybody's blacked out. You can't hear anything.
You put blurs on their faces.
I was just thinking about this. You do know that some of the stories that go on in LA and some of the stories that go on in AC will be like legendary down the road. From a fan's perspective, even, you know what I mean? Like, Frankie, you've been around long enough that you probably have old stories from this venue and this venue.
We make jokes about how Ridgefield Park in the Mecca has its own Olympic weed smoking team. Like,
did you get your jersey?
Not yet. It's in the mail.
Okay. He's finally on the first team. He was backup last year. It's good to see.
I was riding the bench last year.
He was
what are we doing, man?
What are we fucking doing? I say you get what you pay for around here.
Oh my god!
Hey, let's be honest. Let's be honest. You're here. It's good to see you. So we're all in a good mood. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And this is going to be the more fun of the shows to cover here.
I mean, let's be honest. Are we really going to be picking apart a fucking charity show for pro wrestling? No, we're here just to talk about it and say, oh, we're just here to laugh and go along. It's like, yes. Do that thing again. Yeah, do that. I'm just
gonna put. I don't care if it covers me. It's important. I actually took this from the show. This is the QR code that you can use if you wish to donate to the Cannonball cause. I think is the best way to put it. So yeah, if you want to, there you go. That does not go to my feet pics. I swear. Nothing like last time. I made $30 though, so 30 is 30. Inflation used to be a 20. All right. So yeah, I don't really mind
I
if it
can't.
covers a little bit. It can stay.
How am I the straight man on this show tonight?
This is what you hopped on to, man.
I know. How am I the reasonable adult on this show? I'm the one that's always screaming to the high heavens about how I hate pro wrestling, and now I'm the straight man on this show? God damn. All right.
Oh man.
Anyway.
Yeah, New Providence High School. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It felt good, man.
It was, yeah. Like I said, it was great to actually get back, to the roots of indie pro wrestling, and it reminded me how much I don't miss high school. Like just walking around, like just trying to go to the bathroom, but like, yeah, this urinal's built for a child, and I'm like, like the bathrooms are like, oh yeah, here's the bathroom in the 6th grade wing. Like what are we fucking doing?
Oh man, yeah. This was a lot of fun. I'll just say it now to avoid redundancies. Jeff Cannonball chants all fucking night. Nothing but love from the fans all night. Just want to mention that up front. Oh, there we go.
I put the link to, as you guys were talking about, the micro brawler up there as well. That's the micro brawler link, and then the GoFundMe is yep. Sorry, go ahead, John.
I got mine.
There we go.
Yep.
I was gonna say
there's a link there, so if you can't scan the QR code, there's 2 links there you could help support Jeff Cannonball.
Manawa said that the bloody ones are going quick. That's good to know.
Yep.
Hell yes. Thank you, Nick. Yeah, this is a community thing. We're all poor. No shit. we're all poor. Let's work together and love each other as much as we can in the good and the bad. And that's what it's
true. Actually true here.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that one later here. Frank, we're definitely gonna get you hide that one. Don't show that. Don't show. We're gonna get caught. First matchup.
Cut that.
Retake. Mike Santana against Bear Bronson.
Bear's tope was impressive. Fantastic speed. Fans came to life and the energy stayed that way after they saw that tope. That was like the firecracker that set off the party. Fight goes into the crowd. That was a lot of fun. Bear chants, incredible. It's not just GCW. Bear has a lot of support no matter where he's going right now. He's in his prime. Santana had few offensive rallies until the second half of the match. He caught Bear Bronson and hit him with a Death Valley driver, a picture-perfect sit-down power bomb. And that is basically how we had our winner. Our winner here was Santana with a heavy clothesline and cover for 3. I just wrote here an excellent opener. It made me want a rematch with a solid feud behind it.
This was probably, like, we always talk about how, like, this was probably the best match to open. Out of the options on this card, I think you should always start with a really strong singles. Sometimes GCW starts with the tag team, but I think singles matches. This was a good match. I mean, like I came out, I was like, oh wait, that's not Bear, because I'm used to seeing Bear in the jeans with the leather jacket. I'm like, wait, that's not our Bear. That's imposter Bear. Like,
yeah, that's not GCW Bear. That's fake Bear. That's not the real Bear.
It's like I've seen this before. It's like when a twin has children and they see their uncle.
Yeah.
It's like that's not the right guy.
I also liked his outfit though, his gear, because it looked like he was wearing a big championship belt on the front. If you get a chance to look at that, I thought it was pretty cool. It looks like
I know exactly what you're saying. I had that thought for a fraction of a second. Like, oh yeah, that was a belt, wasn't it?
I thought, I would go back to what you were saying, Frank. I thought that was like, this probably wrestling wise was the match of the night in ring, where everything else was fun and enjoyable and entertaining.
I mean, the other matches you could have put there, I don't think in hindsight would have had the oomph, especially with whatever else was going on in the match. Like Willow and Tony, that's not an opener. Joey and Megan, that's not an opener. That's a 75% through the card kind of match.
Yeah, and I think both of them did very well. Santana's okay, hold on. Maybe I did take a little bit of notes on this show. Santana is first note I wrote strong opener.
I'm riffing off the dome. I have absolutely no notes. I'm cribbing John's notes over here. So
no. I took a couple of notes too. Like I said, I was still watching the show as we were been on here. I was happy to see so many fans in attendance. Bear so versatile And Santana is so underutilized. That's why I really wanted to stress. Santana is so underutilized. I would love to see him have a GCW run too, because every time we've seen him at the ball or brawl in the ballpark, whatever that was awesome. I'm glad to see them both shine in this opening match and kind of showcase like what I was saying earlier, what kind of mainstream media or mainstream wrestling. I know Impact Santana works for Impact and he's getting a good push there, but Bear too, I think.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say Bear too, like not being used on Ring of Honor and AEW as much. I think this was a good way to showcase what the mainstream wrestling's been missing.
And Santana's not unknown to the tri-state area. Like on all these random indie shows that pop up in Ridgefield Park, like PWJ or or ETU or any of these other feds that run Ridgefield Park, where we get this regular GCW crowd, like the regulars show up to a lot of these random Sunday afternoon matinees. He's not unknown to us as I know he's on TV, but when I say unknown, like the crowds that go to these Sunday matinee Ridgefield Park shows know him. And that's the foundation of people that you want to know someone like that, who will be that peanut gallery, who will cheer, who will get the normies into it. I hope my point's coming across as how I think it's coming across. So
no, it does. It sounds good. I don't know if it makes sense, but it sounds good. Dude, I'm in a great mood.
I know what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
I work with children. I work with literal children.
True. You're fucking sick of it. And these fucking muffins are great.
Take him. I say, go give him a muffin, man.
Something else here that I noticed. I feel like Santana's been the kind of wrestler that I don't know. I feel like I could always rally behind him. I've always wanted to cheer for him. I don't know if it's a feel-good story or just he has that with fans, but I've always wanted to kind of get behind him with something. He just love him, dude. He's a great dude.
Yep.
The last thing, Santana thanked the fans for coming, thanked them for supporting independent wrestling. He had some choice words for the recently passed Jaka, and there was a 10-bell salute. And then after that, he put over Bear heavy. And Bear, you got the world behind you, buddy. You just keep working hard. That's all I can say right now. Not everybody's getting that. And you are. Take advantage of it, please.
Yep. Next match was a 8-person tag match. Team JAPW against GCW. Jersey All Pro Wrestling. Before anybody starts want to question me here, calm down.
Yeah, there were so many people in this match that I didn't write them down. JAPW was Arcadia Azrael, Dan Barry, and Eric Corvus. The GCW workhorses were Jordan Oliver, Man Like Doris, Marcus Mathers, and Masha Slamovich. That's kind of partially my laziness. I didn't put it in there, B. I am just so sorry about that. This was a well-structured tag match where everyone followed the rules. Also not used to this as a GCW fan. Mathers getting booed for being 22 years old was hilarious. Effy's yelling, draft him, draft him. We are not having a draft. Dan Barry showed the fuck out. This was Dan Barry's match.
And Arcadia not knowing what a chicken sounds like.
Shit happens. So we can tell who wasn't raised on a farm. Someone had Bubbles in the front row. Congratulations, lady. I'm now calling you Bubbles. Our winner here was Team GCW with a quadruple pin. I wrote an extremely satisfying match here. What did you guys think about this one?
It did exactly what I wanted a match like that to do. Everybody, it was a very in and out tag match. Everybody got their spots in. Everybody was doing I'm 42 and I can still do this. Like, that's just funny. EYFPO was Jersey Regular. Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. We're playing by comic book rules, the 5-year turnover of pro wrestling. Not everybody knows EYFPO. Not everybody knows Proud and Powerful at this point. So you still have to reintroduce yourself. It's indie pro wrestling in general, especially indie pro wrestling. It's so small you can't have that cultural knowledge of everybody knows who The Rock is. Everybody knows who Stone Cold is. So you have to sort of it kind of pisses us off because yes, of course we know who you are, but we live in such a privileged bubble where we can say we know exactly who all 40-something workers who are on the show are. So,
and the fans that come to the show too, them too.
Yeah, a lot of the fans. Yeah, I thought this was just a fun match. Yeah, Effy chanted out draft him was fucking hysterical.
I still haven't watched the replay, so forgive me.
Effy was good on commentary. Effy was really good. What else was it? Oh yeah, Dan Barry. Frank, you spotted spot on. It was a showcase for Dan Barry, and he showed out, had fun, and it was cool to see him have fun and show out like that.
Dan Barry, like that might have been his greatest match I've seen him in. I haven't seen a lot, but I'll tell you this match: if you're in your 40s and doing that, dude, good for him. Good for him. Fuck.
He's not 42. Okay,
bro. I'll tell you right now, he had to have been on cloud 9 after that match. I bet every piece of food he had tasted better. Just, you know what I mean? Really, can you see that man doing everything that he did like he did and figure, like, did you think with all the people in that match, you're like, that one's going to be the one to shine? Dude, loved it.
Wasn't he the one that picked up the victory over Cardona just recently too, or no? Or was that
good question?
I'm gonna check Cage Match. Hold on, please.
I thought he was the one that picked up just a surprise victory over Cardona in one of these matches here. No, it was cool to see him. I feel like we just saw him too, like maybe Collective Weekend kind of show out for a little bit too during the clusterfuck. Is that what it was?
I can't remember. I don't know if he came out here to Vegas for the cluster. I felt like I saw him back east somewhere. I just don't know.
Yeah, I feel like we just had a moment like this of his too.
We see so many matches, dude. You know what I mean? Right?
If I'm in my 40s, if I step my
oh shit. That's what I'm saying, dude. I said I can't say anything about these wrestlers messing up. I can't walk up the steps without fucking up.
He was in the clusterfuck this year in Vegas. Before that, the last time he was in an affiliated GCW, JCW. We're going back to old JCW. The last time he was in a GCW, JCW affiliated promotion match was 2004.
Oh shit!
All right, so it wasn't that person.
So,
never mind.
So we're not even talking Danny. We're talking Ricky-O. Like
yeah.
Oh, it was a Cardona. He got Zack Ryder. That's what it was. That he was able to get Zack Ryder.
Goodness. Yeah, right here. So many matches.
My bad. Yeah, it's definitely so many matches. All right, we'll move on to the next one then. Megan Bayne versus Joey Janela.
Okay, so after this match, I can't remember if I messaged Frankie or someone else. I said, these are the best 3 matches I've seen on the independent scene in a while, and I wish GCW did it this way more. And I can't even put my finger on what was it that was better. It was just better and higher quality. And when you watch it,
I want to be the Debbie Downer and said, like, not cynical regulars.
No, that's fair.
Because like we were talking about how it was a lot of families, a lot of kids. I mean, of course, some of the regulars came out. The people who were like, of course, we want to support Jeff and all this, blah, blah, blah. But it was a lot of just families. I can imagine it was just a lot of families from the local PBA just saying, okay, hey, pro wrestling on a Sunday? Cool, we'll take the kids, blah, blah, blah. Of course, you had your pockets of the people who are always at these shows. But it wasn't that solid, brick of those people at this show. It was a lot of people that just coming out for the day type stuff.
Did you feel like that? I mean, it sounded like the vibe and everything of the whole place came across beautiful.
Oh, it was. I enjoyed like I said, I couldn't tweet more positively about the show.
Oh, so. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Yeah, fans were solidly behind Bayne. And in this match here, Joey with a superplex into a pile driver back-to-back. Very impressive. Megan had energy for days. Joey gave her everything he had. Our winner here was Megan with the Megasis bomb. Again, this is the booking of Bayne that we've needed this whole time.
Right. Megan with the Frankensteiner?
Yeah. This is the I don't know when we lost this Megan Bayne in GCW, but when we first had her here, this is the Megan Bayne we got. And it was almost like, I don't know why we haven't had that same fire, but I miss it. And that's a championship fire. That's kind of how I've looked to it as. And maybe she never wanted the championship, but that's another one where Bayne should have held it for a small amount of time in some capacity somewhere.
No, your booking philosophy has totally rubbed off on me. It was like at least get these people in for a cup of coffee to say that this person's held the belt at some point. So like down the road, you could say like, oh, all these people who are on TV held the book. Yeah, yeah.
And
absolutely.
whoever beats them for the belt is elevated too.
Thank you. That's the whole fucking point. You would have taken everything that they've created on WWE. They get fired. They come to GCW. They come down there. They elevate 6 to 8 talents. They move on to TNA or wherever else they're going to move on to. And 6 to 8 talents on the indies just got elevated. Like, this is not hard. This is not hard at all. And it doesn't have to be forced, and it doesn't have to be these titles just not moving and not exchanging hands. Every now and then, what's wrong with hot-shotting someone? Cross just came in. Drop the fucking title to Cross. Let him take it, cut a fuck. Like, he cuts promos better than most of the people in the independent scene. Let him cut promos. That
violin promo was the funniest thing I've seen posted by someone not named Atticus in months.
Oh yeah, and then Cross comes with Scarlett. It's like, this is just it's a great dude. We need to take advantage of it because he's going to be gone. It's just a matter of when and where.
Yeah.
Why aren't we striking on this? I mean, it looks like they're enjoying themselves. It's fun watching these WWE people be able to say the word fuck for the first time in like 5 years. They like overuse it. They're like, fuck, 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 fuck. It's like a kid whose parents finally left the house and he learned how to cuss. I don't know. I just.
Oh yeah, pull Reed up.
Uh-oh, what do we got? Reed?
That's right. Yeah,
that makes sense. That makes sense.
You're now that you say that, you're absolutely right, because there are a couple people. I'm not gonna tell tales out of class on that one, but yeah, you're absolutely right on that.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna come out and support, I think that's the family.
Our next match, Willow Nightingale versus Tony Deppen. Sorry.
I put here that this was a perfect pairing. Joey wearing a Cannonball shirt with a big X on it.
Not Joey, Tony.
Did I say? Oh yeah, I did. I have Joey in here instead of Tony. Damn. This was more of a fun match. Tony was rolling Jeff Cannonball away from ringside. Both Cannonball sisters beat the shit out of Tony. Yeah, the whole thing was really badass. This is the spot that this is a Tony Deppen spot. Really, he seems to live for these spots. Get under your skin, take your ass whooping, everybody cheers. Game over. Same thing Cardona did the night before. Deppen's doing it here. Our winner, Willow Nightingale. Sorry.
Now,
I'm off tonight, guys.
Tony being an absolute dick of a heel was funny as shit, especially during that show with the t-shirt. Between that, wheeling Cannonball away from the ringside, that one had me crying. Like, you can't see it. Like, Tony was perfect tonight, and Willow was the perfect person to be the face to Tony's heel that night. And then Willow, taking Tony around outside for the high fives after the hurt hand spot was brilliant. And Willow was always a fun to have whenever we get her as well. Nah, I guess I'm going to the next match.
Frankie's just gonna say, "Yep, you're right."
Yeah,
that was good.
Next one, 12-person tag match: the Incoherent Legion of Rot versus Team Terra.
The Legion of Nazmal Duel.
Somebody, I think Reed said that earlier. Reed had mentioned that one. Welcome back, Tara Calloway, after a 2-year hiatus. This was another crazy wrestling match with 12 plus competitors. I mean, there's just so many people that I think wanted to kick in and help here. We had no choice but to do it like this. The Legion of Rot do black magic. Skeletons come out and take away most of Team Terra's team. Wheeler bounces. He said he's fucking out of here. And that's when Tommy Dreamer and Nyla Rose came out to help Tara.
Nyla Rose appears out of a playpen wearing a giant baby.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
I just said wrestling, because that's all it is. That's all you need. That's the answer. Wrestling.
You always wonder when what's the story behind it? Like, did they find something like that and said, fuck it, I'm using it? Or did they have an idea and said, let's go get these items. I want to be a baby. I don't know. Oh yeah. Screwball said that is peak Nyla Rose.
Sorry, I was gonna write fun, Matt. Like, it was a fun one. Nyla Rose coming out was surprising, and did not expect Tommy Dreamer as well. Better than
so much.
Next one was the Bunkhouse Brawl 8-person tag team, Team Crowbar versus Team Demonto.
You're forgetting all the other stips that were attached to that show, to that match name. It was the
I couldn't.
The Bunkhouse Brawl, Lights Out, No Holds Bar, Street Fight, Ultra Violence.
Elimination, yada yada. Like they had every stip in there. Okay, so I was so happy to see some faces in this match. Demonto, Lloyd, Schlack, and KTB. A lot of faces from a long time ago. There was just a lot going on, but for me, it was the fact that we had all these faces here. It was about coming together to do something good. This was not about battle lines. This was not about that side of the business. This was about doing the right kind of business for the right reason. And everybody kind of put that on its side. At the same time, I did ask if I could have the Brett Danny interview. I don't think I'm going to get one, but I offered. But yeah, I don't know. I got to hear what you guys have to say about this. Our winners were Team Crowbar, but there's a spot after this. And it's just, was there anything in this one that was really
it was just dumb fun. You know,
that's the thing. There's so many wrestlers. What do you do? You know what I mean? And also we can't be tough. This is a charity show. You know
I think there was more action outside of the ring than in the ring on this one.
Yeah, well, okay, so we'll get into a little bit of that here. After this match, Danny hits Crowbar from behind. Danny starts working the crowd. They're booing him. The bell tolls. Out comes Nick fucking Gage in a GCW shirt, which is nice to see. I like that he came out repping GCW here. Gage hits a spine buster. He DDTs Jimmy Lloyd. Fans are chanting MDK. There's a boot scrape to Demonto, a choke breaker on Jimmy Lloyd. Gage is basically playing all the big hits. He gets on the mic. He says, "Where's my fucking gang at?" He remembers he's at a Cannonball Fest. He says, "Where's my gang at?" Also, he said Jeff was at Gage's first NGI. I didn't know that. Cannonball was backstage for that one. So, hey, nice little come around, circle around kind of thing there. Any other thoughts on this one, or was it just, hey, here's the appearance kind of thing?
Cool to see.
Yeah.
Cool to see Danny, Nick, and all that happening was just cool.
And yeah, I think togetherness here was important. We needed to see that. Fans like us were like, oh, look at that. Everybody's coming together to do something good. I mean, come on. Put the rest on the side.
I didn't see like anything negative online either, too, which was
God, no.
Very rare to see in wrestling on Twitter.
So here's what I'm learning from all the time I've been doing what I've doing. Fans do have somewhat of an interesting concept of how things work. Sometimes I feel like that most of us feel that there's more drama than there really is. And sometimes when there's not much, there really is a lot more drama. Someone had asked Brett, how long did it take you and AJ to get on the same page? He asked that last week and he's like 2 seconds. People don't understand. Sometimes it's not a fight. Sometimes it's, hey man, how you doing? Hey, things have been rough. Sorry about this or that. I got a show on this date. You want to work it? What's your price? Yeah, cool. Let's do it. Done. Yeah. That's it. It's not always, some people think there's like creative at GCW. It's Brett. That's creative. They think there's catering. I've heard somebody think, they would love to have catering. You know what I mean?
It's a case of water from Costco on a folding table in the locker room.
Yeah, man. That's a lot of people measure GCW by the WWE thumb, the rule of thumb there, and it's just not the way it is, man. It's a lot more relaxed. It's a lot more centralized around Brett. You talk about GCW, you're really just saying Brett. That's what's going on here.
We slip into kayfabe, but we talk about the booking committee here or there, but of course.
Yeah. I mean, if you're, I don't know. Well, what about drawing up a contract? What contract? This is independent wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish I could have a show.
It's 3 text messages in a white paper envelope with a couple bills in it,
Yeah. It's not some huge conversation. It's like, hey, I have this, and this date available. Are you available? Yes, no. Fuck, see you then. No huge drama, no huge, I don't know. But, yeah, a lot of people think there's catering, creative. Yeah, I know, right? If you really want to look at it, it's a little tougher than this, but it's just one dude throwing a big party, and he's hiring acts to come to the party. You come to the party, you see the acts.
Here comes Reed.
Oh, trust me, dude. I'm making it very simple. There's so many things that go in. I had to get crash coursed on some things, just because when we do our reviews, we can't be trying to measure the company with a measuring stick that it just can't. You know what I mean? well, hey, why aren't these guys being fed this, and why aren't these guys getting this, and oh yeah, this contract is coming.
Even I've said some things on this show where I'm talking from a perspective of things that, like, or some people say, like, oh, why are you speaking on this? Like, honestly, I don't know, and I'm trying to speak from it. Like, as much as we are, presented as, like, some sort of, like, unified face of GCW. Sometimes it's like, sometimes I'm just like, I don't know, and I'm trying to speak from that ignorant fan perspective sometimes, and that's where a lot of my rants that should be put up against God Bless America come from.
Yeah. Well, it's just the thing is when it comes to the fan perspective, we've pretty much been like, don't tell us anything. How the fuck can we gonna be a fan if we know everything?
Yeah.
And one time when I was 12, 13, 14, I found out what all my Christmas presents were. Fucked up my Christmas. Ever since then, I realized, man, you don't want to know everything. Sometimes you want to be surprised. And that's actually the magic in wrestling, is the surprise. And if somebody says, hey, man, this guy, and this guy is back there, be ready for it. That's not fun for me. And that's not fun for you guys either. You'd rather get the pop. You'd rather see what's going on. Fuck, all the way down to Frankie, when I was telling you, tell the fans, be in their fucking seats. Not a single person told me why. They just told me, let everyone know. If you're here to watch the show, one of the big reasons why you're going to watch it is going to be in the beginning. Get in your seats. We have no idea who's getting acquired. We like being acquired. That's something that GCW doesn't do. They say that on the WWE. There's no such thing as acquire. You want to work that day? See you there. It's wild. But okay, so I'm going to take this QR code down for right now. There's that. Yeah. And that's the other thing. Being a fan is fun.
Oh yeah,
what was
it?
Fucking
me
40s.
And Reed were bullshitting about how there was like he's was it Reed that said that, like, he said, oh, there's 25 more people in the locker room that we don't even know about yet. The first words out of my mouth were, don't fucking tell me. Don't tell me a fucking thing. Yep. Because I was spoiled. I was spoiled on AJ coming back at Homecoming, like during the first match, and it kind of deflated the pop a little bit for me. But
yeah. And there went that magic. That's that Christmas magic that you don't get anymore at your age. And you're like, fuck, I just need a little Christmas magic. Yeah. So yeah, and Reed is right. Being a fan is fun. It would be such a pain in the ass for us to sit there and try to bullshit. We
sort of talk about
bullshit.
We talk a little bit about oh yeah, seeing behind the curtain. Honestly, I don't want to see behind the curtain anymore. It's, you get smart enough, you don't want to see back.
That's why I avoid the group chat on these shows. I don't watch it till like 8, 9 o'clock at night. And it's like, I don't watch them live. So that's why I don't respond to the chat, because I just associate with everything. Cause I like to be surprised and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And honestly, I mean, cause maybe people don't understand, but our job is difficult because we have to know enough, but we can't know everything. And then whatever we say, we have to see that person face to face at the next show. So don't think this is just some easy where we can talk and this or that. No, not at all. If we run
tell me how I know about that. Tell me how I know about that, John. Tell me how I know about that.
It was funny that Brett brought that up. Funny thing. I was really surprised, but he made some great points. He goes, listen, people are sensitive and everybody grows in their own time and yada, yada. And, is what it is. Let's see. Yeah, see, that's the other thing, Crow saying it's hard being a fan with all the spoilers.
Yeah.
And that's another reason why we don't dig into that shit, was because it would screw up so many things. Really. And I mean, this is just such a small community. Why screw up the good little things we do have? So, okay. What do we have next?
The King of Ugly Battle Royale.
If I may, I have the cage match pulled up so I can list off all the entrants we have here. We have Austin Luke, Ava Everett, Bessie Buchanan, Bobby Dempsey, CPA, Death Cult, Super Cop Dick Justice, Gabby Ortiz, King Crab, Chris Worthless, Mark Angel, Martin Hughes, Murloc, Rocket, Ryan Mooney, and Flying Ryan O'Neal, Sean Henderson, Smiley, Stan Styles, Tom LaRosa, Twitch, Tyler Murphy, Alf, and Jeffrey the Giraffe from Toys R Us.
I'm happy. I haven't seen Alf or Jeffrey in a long time. No shit.
Thank God there was no cats on this card today.
Dude, something tells me somebody in their 40s made those decisions about Elf and Jeffrey. Had to have been somebody from my generation, guaranteed.
Whew.
I want to know who found the fucking Alf costume. I want that story.
I was
That's the
checking
next
around, and I
behind the
think
scenes
there's been Alf costumes floating around in indie wrestling for a couple years now.
So that's my question. Was this purchased? Was this purchased? Was this borrowed? Like, you know what I mean? Do you go to a store and like get a sweaty Alf costume for $50 for a weekend? Now I'm starting to realize. Do you know what people do in those things?
Chris Worthless's costume, apparently, according to Reed.
Oh, is it? Okay. This is where Reed comes in handy right here. Stuff like this. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of these people, I just don't know enough ball to know enough of these people.
And that's coming from our Jersey guy.
Yeah, it's just like a lot of these people were either before my time, just out on the LVAC circuit that I don't like. I'm the Pennsylvania circuits. I have too much going on in my own life to worry about them. No offense. And just like like some of these people, I didn't know about Bobby Dempsey. Kill me. Sorry.
Right. And that's okay. I mean, you can't know all these people, and and the same thing. This match, I think, was just for all the rest that wanted to come out and support, and they just, this is where they put them. Yeah, Alpha's there. Bobby Dempsey getting caught up in the ropes. I feel like that's the first time I've ever seen a real struggle.
Yeah, there was like 10 people and like a bunch of people piled out from the locker room to actually get him out because he was stuck.
I thought that was a whole fucking joke until I saw that it was people coming out. I almost thought they needed to grab a hold of his body and literally throw him back over the ropes.
Sure.
I think they
wedged the rope back open and slipped it out. So.
Yeah, I forget who it was. A bigger guy came out and kind of pulled him apart and got him. Man, that was of all things to happen on a show like that. But I don't think I've ever seen a show get held.
If that's the worst thing that happened on the show, good.
Thank God. It could have been so much worse. It could have been so much worse. But again, this is where we had the Jeff Cannonball micro brawler announcement. I thought that was fantastic. Again, there's two different variants on that one. And we'd heard tonight, the bloody one's going quick. So if you are a listener, I would say get that in the next 12 to 24 hours because it sounds like it's moving. And all the money's going to a good cause.
I like still they still kick him out after CPA still wait, he's not still out of the match yet. Kicked him out.
Oh man.
All right. Our main event, Matt Tremont versus Speedball Mike Bailey.
Okay, so I said I wasn't going to really talk too much about anything negative, but this was an interesting matchup, and there was a nasty spot.
Of all Styles Clash matches.
Yeah, this was definitely different. The nasty spot I was talking about, Matt had Speedball in the air, and there was a door bridge, and he was supposed to go through the door bridge. He missed the door bridge and slammed Mike directly on the floor. That probably did not feel good. But I can tell you this much. I've seen Mike take some nasty spots and just bounce right back. Like dude's an Energizer bunny. Our winner, Mike Bailey. So anything on this one that really stuck out for either of you guys at all?
I mean, no, like I said, we're not gonna pick apart this show. This is just fun. No. Just
fun.
Go watch it. Go watch it. Go donate.
It's free on YouTube to watch. At minimum, go watch it. Get that viewer count up there just to show support, if anything.
Yeah.
At the end here, Joey comes out. He thanks everyone.
I was about to say there was one spot I couldn't remember. Right. There we go. The fork to the foot spot.
Ugh.
Oh, I forgot about spots from the Battle Royale. There was 2 spots that I forgot to mention during the Battle Royale. So I'm gonna go back to the Rumble. Stan Styles with 3 pairs of breakaway pants.
Yes. Him and CPA should have had a breakaway off.
And the first thing I thought about was, damn, this man's stealing CPA's gimmick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Stealing his thunder.
CPA I think he only got 2 breakaway shirts off.
Yeah. Did he even get his whole song?
Who?
The Man I Feel Like a Woman song that he plays?
No, nobody got their intros because I think they lifted out.
Yeah, that stinks.
they lifted some old Royal Rumble theme and they just played like 10 seconds of an old Royal Rumble theme.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember hearing that. It was like the cheap WWE stock sounds or the stock music.
The whipped cream dream Stan Styles.
Jesus.
The creamy world order, if you don't know, was back at H2O. Stan and I guess a couple other fans. It was Stan Styles of Mark Angel were the creamy world order, where it's just Stan Styles and NWO gear.
Wow. Independent wrestling.
With just a can of whipped cream and a shake weight, and make of that what you will.
Fucking independent wrestling.
Right?
That's exactly what the fuck that is. Joey came out after this. He thanked everyone for coming out. What I really loved, the wrestlers, production, and everyone came out and took a pic together. I'm a big fan of that. And I wish I saw that more at like death matches and stuff. I'm really a big fan of taking pics before and after. But they did it here, and those photos are going to go down in history.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, hopefully maybe you got in one, Frankie. Maybe you didn't. I don't know.
I that wasn't even my place. I stayed clear away from the ring on that. That is not my place. And that.
Oh, I didn't know if there was a fan one also. Maybe.
No, it was just the
workers.
Just the workers. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Not bad. Not a bad show.
The kid holding up on Tremont too, not giving him a high five. I thought was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Not bad for Tremont though. I felt bad. Like, why'd you give him someone? The dad's got to give him a high five at that point.
They both diced him. He got the cold shoulder from a 12-year-old.
God damn.
No, it was a fun show for what it was. Actually, bit like action was. It was. Watching it during the show was fun.
Me and Reed did take a photo. We'll take a photo with the mall, Reed. We got the mall show coming up.
Yeah, I saw Reed front row. I go, "There's Reed." Told my wife, I go, "There's Reed right there." She goes, "Oh yeah, there he is."
Yeah, I saw.
I go, Reed "I know too. My people. I know my people." It's getting that way now. Frank, you're the same way. Like you pretty much know the front row of most everywhere. Shows, yeah. It's same thing in LA. At this point, I can look around and you see about the same 80% of people in the front row. So I mean, at this point, you might as well just make friends. Okay.
I'll actually, since we're doing coming up, I'll talk about them all a little bit at the end of this, because I think like I said, I think I narrowed it down that we're going to be at the ice rink. No official confirmation yet. I don't know if you've heard anything, but just because of due to the ticket tiers on offer, I think we're at the ice rink.
Yeah, that's what you were saying, because there should be some upper seats that aren't there.
Yeah. Well,
and you were in those upper areas last time.
Yes, my group was planning on getting that same area of seats that we got last year, just because everyone I've talked to in Jersey is like, I want to be up in the rafters, because that seems so much more fun than being ringside at the mall. And it's just that there's just a new perspective that you don't see at GCW shows. Like, we're always 4 rows back, just peeking over shoulders, trying to do this dance, trying to see behind someone at a GCW show from behind the back of the ringside seats. That second row balcony 30 feet up is just not a perspective you get. And that's such a better view for some of these shows.
Mm-hmm. I would have loved it many times to see risers at GCW, just in some small areas. Even if they put the risers up in LA in front of the stage, and then you would almost have risers going all the way up, so you could fill the stage and the risers in front. I've thought of so many fun, stupid things that will never happen. You want me to go into the upcoming shows, and we'll kind of get to that closing out area here? Yeah, and I know Frank, you wanted to mention your thing here. I'll mention it. I'll close these out and then let you talk about that. On Friday, September 19th, GCW's Keep in Touch. This is from the Nile Theater in Phoenix, Arizona. This will be live on Triller Plus at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. I actually don't know if that's going to be the right time. Isn't that also going to be an 11 p.m. show, 8 p.m. Pacific?
That would be 8 p.m. Well, it's 5 o'clock on a Friday local time. Doesn't sound right.
That doesn't sound right either. It sounds like it could. Again, guys, I have been off for the last couple of weeks, so if something's wrong,
it makes more sense. That makes more sense for an 8 p.m. local, 11 Eastern.
Yeah, because I'm looking at it now going, that don't seem right.
8
In this match
p.m.
here, 8 p.m. local, so 11 p.m. Eastern. Okay,
Yep.
my bad, guys. Our first match here that's been announced so far, Marcus Mathers versus Oro. We've also had Manders versus Man Like Derice.
Word of God
Bear
says 8 p.m. local.
Is it? Okay, thank you. Bear Dozer versus the Wolf Zaddies. Shotzi Blackheart versus Vipers. Our GCW World Championship, we have Effy versus Jack Cartwheel. Appearances were going to be made by Manders, Mance Warner, and Atticus Cogar. So actually take Manders off of there. He has his match. So Mance Warner and Atticus are announced for the show. Still have no matches yet. I don't mind if they face each other.
Oh, okay. So now I'm getting okay. Ash is 8 p.m. local Mountain Time, but Arizona doesn't do summertime, so it's essentially Pacific. So it is 8:11.
Isn't that
God,
fun?
I've been swerved for this fucking chat tonight. God damn it! All right,
Dude, it's try living next to that state. It's like,
Oh.
okay, it's this 6-month time. Is it this? Is this? Oh, it's not fun.
Look, I live 20 miles from New York City. It's the center of the universe. I don't care what anybody else does.
I kind of figured that. That's kind of how it works over there. Saturday, September 20th, GCW Homecoming LA from the UCC in Los Angeles, California. This will be live on Triller TV at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. There's a scheduled appearance by Cardona. We don't have a match for him yet. However, matches that are announced: Kazarian versus Jordan Oliver, Atticus versus Vipers, just announced yesterday or today. Bear Bronson versus Mance Warner, going to be a killer match.
That's going to be a great one.
UV Championship, Matt Tremont versus Dr. Redacted. In a cage match, KJ Orso versus Sam Stackhouse. And for our GCW Championship, Effy versus Shotzi Blackheart. Thoughts on any of these matchups?
One of those two championship matches has to flip. In my heart of hearts, one of those has to flip.
Who flips?
That's the question. I think Redacted, but we've been talking about how Shotzi's been stealing Cardona's playbook, and
Hurt.
and
Effy's hurt.
If it hurts, yeah, like both of them make sense.
Screwball, I had the same thought too there. I didn't understand why Redacted losing to Bev as he's about to get an ultra-violent title shot. I wonder if Bev's going to be kind of thrown in there to make it a three-way. But that was weird booking, I thought, as well.
But
oversight. Guaranteed that was an oversight. You know what I mean? He's probably.
Are we really going to argue about? Are we really going to be arguing about that? Like, honestly, like, I'm not even seeing about. Of course we should be caring about wins and losses matter. This is a sport. Yada yada. No, who cares if like just flip the belt to flip the belt? Yeah, okay.
And then Bev gets first crack at it.
How bad is Effy hurt? He got his knee drained, and that's not going to feel good. Usually that puts an unwanted amount of pressure on the muscles and everything in that area. Yeah, Effy's fine. We will be seeing him this weekend. And I did confirm we will see him this weekend.
But I can see, that's something that you work around too during a match too. Like,
I just hope we get what you guys got in AC for match one. I hope we get some sort of crazy fuckery match during some point throughout the night. Just a bunch of run-ins, a bunch of swerves, a bunch of returns, maybe a bunch of feel-good moments. Like, I don't know. Like it's a good booking.
And you guys only get one night too, so.
It's a good booking, but I'm still kind of wondering how we're gonna make this homecoming for LA. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, how is this not just going to be a good show?
Like a normal LA show, yeah.
Yeah, like what's the difference between this and a normal LA show? That's going to be the question. And there is a lot not being said. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matches announced. There's generally 9 or 10 on a major LA show.
So you've got the scramble.
Scramble, that's one.
You've got
Masha's not there, so there's no JCW.
I imagine
there's no tag.
I'm about to say there's got to be a tag.
I'm going to call a shot. No, there's no tag belt either. I'm going to call a shot. There's going to be a random promo that turns into a match.
I could see that.
Like someone, like Cardona having a talker, and then just someone else, and then it just turns into a makeshift open challenge type thing. I could see that
Who
happening.
haven't we seen in a while that LA would pop for, other than one name that we already discussed
Cross.
and we haven't mentioned it? Yeah,
Who?
Throw a Cross in there.
Cross.
Cross
Yeah,
is.
there we
I
go,
think
Peter.
Cross lives in L.A. right? Or I mean, Las Vegas or L.A. So I mean, he's.
I don't know
local.
if he's booked for this one or if he's booked somewhere else. But
I'm just wondering because I felt like AC was such a big thing. How's LA going to stack up?
But
Yeah.
Cross so fast as like a surprise. Do we think that's going to be homecoming?
So I think of all the people, and I'll just say it. I don't think there's a lot of people that move tickets at GCW, and I think Cross is one of the names that could. So
I mean,
if
I
he
love
was going to
Cross.
be, if I were a promoter, I would be selling his name, not making him a surprise.
There
because
we go. That's what I'm saying.
He puts butts in seats, or at least will put more butts in seats than the average GCW performer.
Gage?
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be.
I don't know if Gage has an
appearance
outside
would be
booking
worth
that
it.
weekend. You know, someone please correct me in chat.
Just to make an appearance would be worth it.
I'm not big on Kazarian, so for me, I feel like that's more of a name than it is I don't know. He don't put butts in seats, but he will give us a good match.
Sure.
SGC though.
Or at least he would 20 years ago.
I
don't
SGC,
know. Like,
yeah.
SCU.
Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go. SCU. Holy shit.
well, even that, like it was great at a time, I don't know. I feel like that's a waste of money and a name. I think we could get someone bigger in that spot
Sure.
that would mean more.
I think KJ Stackhouse is going to be the show stealer.
Do you think that'll be the main event since you have to tear down and put up
The cage
fence?
is going to be on either end. It's either going to open or it's going to close.
I think it's going to open.
I could
and
see
then,
an
like,
open.
afterwards, like Cardona comes
Bingo.
out at the promo while it's being taken down.
I could see where something in this match affects something later, just because that's what Brett has done before too. I wouldn't be against maybe Cardona shoving himself in a 3-way in the GCW championship, and then you have Effy, Cardona, Shotzi. I could see that happening just for name value. Yeah, we don't have a match for Cardona. What kind of an entrance is he going to have there?
Mm-hmm.
And there's no room to shove a car in. So he's just going to have to do his regular, call himself a different name and change jackets.
LA would get on him.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. So that was LA. Like B was saying earlier, we're going to be there doing a pre-show. We're going to try to do some interviews, and we're going to try to do some things to help the fans kind of see a little more about what LA is about. We love the place, and we're going to hope that we can show everybody what we love about it. Bums and all. Sunday, September 21st, JCW's The Knockout from the House of Independence in Asbury Park, New Jersey. This can be seen live right here on GCW's YouTube page at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. And I believe earlier Adam had said that time is getting pushed back. So be very mindful that I think he said it was going to be 7 o'clock Eastern instead of 5. But don't quote me. That was an interview that was kind of a surprise interview that ended up going longer than expected, but in a good way, because he shared a shit ton of information that hardcore GCW fans don't get to hear. So we have a lights out match, Manders versus Mad Dog Connolly, a 4-way match for the Progress World Championship. That's Man Like DeReese, Darian Bankston, Brian Keith, and the Dynamite Kid Billington. Thomas Shire versus Matt Mako, Carl Fredericks versus Mance Warner, a #1 contenders scramble with Billy Starkz, Tony Deppen, McCoy, Clancy, Bam, and Oni King. We have Mara Sade versus Ava Everett, YDNP versus Top Team, Violence is Forever versus Broner and Edwards, a 25K street fight, Mathews, Janela, and Camarado, in the GCW Ultraviolent Championship, Matt Tremont versus Adam Priest. I think it's safe to say JCW's stacking up a card here. I think there really is some serious effort going into creating a new JCW.
And I'm liking a lot of what he said about what to look forward to in the future of JCW as well.
It's nice to hear anybody with vision, because vision means that there's something that the fans can get behind. We want to see JCW succeed. So, anytime he can talk with us and give us knowledge and help us out anybody in chat learned something tonight. That's what's kind of cool.
Yep.
He was someone I think we just had to bring in at least once just to talk and go, okay, here's who the decision maker is. Here's the guy. Here's the direction he's trying to take the company. Important things. What do you say, guys?
Jesus.
I do my little spiel. We get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
That sounds
All
good.
right. Okay. So again, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell if you want notified when we go live. Please leave a comment. It's free and helps our algorithm. Super chats are available if you want to donate. You can find B at Twitter at B_GC World. Frankie on Twitter at Frankie_GC World. And you can text me. No, don't send all your shit to B and Frankie this week. You could get a hold of me at GC World Podcast. Trust me, guys, there's no such thing. We don't get any negativity whatsoever. We're very fortunate.
Yes,
always,
yes. Pollute my freaking Twitter inbox. Do it. I won't care.
All right. Well, yeah, as always, thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with us tonight. We will be seeing you next week. So let's send them out, guys.
Long show.
Long.
Next week.
Long
My
live
bad.
G. C.
W.
I thank you all, and I hope you guys have a fantastic evening.
Good night, everybody.